Hey, Hunter.
Hey, what's up?
Maybe she'll have interest in drop. Guess what she dropped?
What
What?
did she drop?
She dropped 25 little bottles of Party Girl bathwater.
Oh.
And I genuinely felt like the game was insulting me
Yeah.
for fighting that boss. It's great, because, like, you see all these big YouTubers who are like, oh yeah, I'm jokingly buying tons of bathwater, and I'm gonna pretend to drink it, but it's like... God.
I'll be right back.
I can only imagine some of
Alright.
them were serious.
Alright, man. So,
Anyways,
what do you
so-
want to talk about?
While you were busy, having an actual life, I was busy trying to figure out how the fuck armor values work. Cause, what the fuck is that sound?
What?
Or armor class. Armor class.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
the way me and everyone else was gonna do it is like we'd take the armor value and just use the modifier thing, so it's like if it's 15, I think it would be like 3, and we'll just subtract that from whatever damage is coming their way, unless it's like piercing or something. But I'm at least 90% sure that's not how it works.
Okay, so how AC works is for an attack to hit the character, it has to be above their AC.
So you don't mean in damage, right?
No, I mean like when the thing rolls to hit.
Okay, because I was about to say, if they have to do more damage, then most of the enemies that we have now won't be able to like hit two of our characters at all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not how much damage. It's just they're like when they roll to see if they hit, they have to get above.
I also learned.
All right.
I learned some pretty neat things about Dungeons and Dragons items. There is such a thing as an antimatter rifle, and an automatic rifle, and an automatic pistol. At least.
Are you sure you're looking at the right place?
You know.
You sure you weren't looking at like the homebrew section?
I don't believe so.
On the wiki, cause.
Well, no, I didn't even go to the wiki. It was some fucking. The two websites that I were using were D&D Beyond and some other one. Because I have to.
D&D Beyond is like the main one, but like.
Because that. I'll go back to it because I still have 50 million tabs open. Go to the equipment.
Because I'm 99.9999% sure that is not an official thing.
Okay, so D&D Beyond equipment. It doesn't say anything about homebrew, and it just says antimatter rifle, firearms, ranged weapon, 10 pounds. It's necrotic, reload 2 shots. It's up to you to decide whether a character has a proficiency with a firearm. Yeah, characters, shut up. You know, it doesn't have a cost, so of course no one got it.
Wait a minute. Does it say where it's from? Like, is it from that Eberron expansion or whatever? Because I forgot that I think it's Eberron. I think that's the new one. The Eberron expansion is all like steampunk.
Yeah, because it's like
futuristic-esque things. So so that might be where it's from.
Yeah, because I was really surprised because I was gonna see because there is a blunderbuss and I was like, okay, there's got to be like a flintlock or something, and there wasn't. So I just looked up pistol, and the first two things that caught my eye was laser pistol and automatic pistol, and I just imagined it being like a fucking Glock 19.
Yeah, I think that has to be from the Eberron expansion.
There's no way in hell, like, there's 6d8 necrotic damage sounds pretty fucking ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but it's called the antimatter rifle.
Yeah.
It's obviously an end game like special thing.
But I remember I was looking at like
Audrey.
I was looking at like warlock spells too, and they were called cantrips and all that sort of shit, and I don't really know how any of it works. And
so cantrips, cantrips are pretty easy to explain. Pretty much those are spells you can use just immediately, like you don't have to wait.
Okay. And it's funny because I saw quite a few fucking spells. There were some spells that were listed under level 0 and then level 1, 2, and 3. I didn't find that one's. Well, okay, I didn't find the Hunger of Hatter spell or whatever it was called.
Yeah, you got it.
I did find like 4 other spells that all involve banishing things to the Shadow Realm, or at least some variant of that. So, my thing is I'm thinking I'm going to these sites and they're showing me shit from like all the different expansions and all that, which
that could be it, because I'm just using the standard D&D 5e.
Because we're going off 5th edition as well, but because I don't actually own a handbook, which I'm planning on buying if I decide to continue doing my own campaign. But man, like and I decided to look through some of the fucking magic items, and there was this like Axe of the Dwarvish Lords, and like 2 items below that was a bag of beans. And I read about the bag of beans, and it can do some pretty special things. One of them is basically the fucking magical equivalent of just dropping a tactical nuke.
Nice.
Like, if you just spill the beans on the floor, then they all violently explode and deal like 4d6 fire damage to everything in a certain radius.
So like most of like those items, because I think you'd find those and like the well, I guess there is like stuff in this book, but a lot of things are in like the other books. So the only books I have are the Monster Manual and then the Standard Players book, which I don't even really use the Monster Manual because I don't know. I think it's more fun to just kind of make creatures, and then even if you use things from the Monster Manual, like I wouldn't even like use their actual stats. I just like if I think it fits the situation that our characters are in, I'll just kind of make the stats that I think are appropriate.
Like I was running a couple test encounters. One of them involved us fighting like. I think the first one was we were fighting bandits, and I just gave them different equipment and different attacks, but I went off the base stats of the bandits, and I also had the 2 people, only 2 people because they were the only ones there at the time, go up against a cultist and get their asses kicked because I gave them some of the warlock spells, and the cultist like got a crit on one of them, and because they were both like level 1 and the Eldritch Blast is 1d10, one of them got real fucked and had to do a fucking saving throw. But I genuinely don't really know the rules for the game at all.
So like,
but
once you Audrey?
Is she even here?
Wait.
Yes.
There we go.
That.
There you go.
Go.
So like the thing about D&D rules is they're easy to learn. There's a lot of things to keep in mind, like a lot of systems you got to kind of remember. But pretty much once you learn it all, it's really not that hard.
Yeah. For the time being, I have, decided to simplify a couple things, but
well, I mean, remember our first campaign? I simplified a crap ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I'm still simplifying certain things, but like,
and I'm also just sort of kind of coming up with what someone should roll for on a whim. Like, I'm sure whenever they perform a specific action, well, I know for a rogue, if they do something like lockpicking and shit, they're supposed to roll for dexterity, which does make sense, kind of. But it's like,
I mean, it all really depends on how like you view the situation, really. Because like there's been a few things where it's like I could make you guys do a check for it, and it would kind of make sense. But at the same time, I think it also makes sense that our characters wouldn't have to do a check for that.
yeah.
So,
And I remember I was looking at the fucking rule book because I think I got like a PDF of it, and it said you're supposed to roll like 1d30s or you like your base stats.
30s?
Your base stats were like from 1 to 30 or something, and I didn't remember that. But
no, that has to be like a fan thing, because like how I've done it, because there's two ways it's normally done. It even says them in the book. So like the one way is where you have like a stock number of points, and then you put those points into the stats so you can like mold your character how you want to.
yeah,
And then there's the you roll 4d6s, 6 times, and then for each one you take out the lowest number, so you get some random stats. And personally, I prefer the randomness one, because I think, because like it kind of makes sense, because on one hand you could be like, oh well, our characters, like they could train and all this stuff, so if we got to choose what they were better at, that would make sense. But I kind of like the randomness thing, because you can't always, like, these are still like people. They're not going to be good at everything they would really want to be good at. So I like the more random.
So, oh fuck, what was it? That didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I did roll with it though, because I rolled with it, and essentially one of the characters, we went for rolling one or going between 1 and 30 with the stats, and one of the characters has like 15 strength and 23 constitution, but everything else he has is garbage.
Yeah.
Like every other stat is like 4 or 2.
So I will say that that does actually break the rules, because the highest any stat is allowed to be is 18.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
Because the modify, at least for like player characters, the highest just rolling for base stats is 18. Because then your modifier for them is 4.
Yeah, because the fucking ability scores and modifiers table we got goes from 1 all the way up to 30, with 1 being -5 and 30 being +10. Nobody did 30. Nobody went that fucking high.
Yeah, because like I think, and I could be wrong, because again I don't really look at the enemies scores.
I'm thinking I misread it. I'm gonna see.
So I'm thinking, unless like it is just made that way and it's like a really really poor chart, I think that's for like everything, because I think enemies can have higher ability scores than 18, but player characters can only go up to 18. That is the highest you can roll.
Okay, yeah. But we haven't even started the campaign yet, because we've really just been fucking around, messing around with the different classes and all that.
Like you don't know really how to play it yet anyway.
To be honest, I think we can all live with fucking lowering some of our stats, because especially for that one guy, again, he had his constitution at 23 and his strength at like 18, but everything else was at like 2.
Nah, you're gonna have to fix that.
I just decided to give everyone like a base gold of fucking 200 or something, because we're not doing a fucking serious campaign. Well, technically we're not doing a full campaign. We've all decided that we're not going to do a full campaign. I did learn that hand crossbows are fucking expensive, apparently.
Yes.
Like compared
They are super expensive.
I also learned that there's a pike, and now I'm
Yes.
fucking sad because
Yeah.
pikes are great. Anyways,
Well, like
You know.
no one else is talking, so I don't know what everyone else is doing.
Oh, none of us
I'm
are. I don't.
I'm listening to you guys, but testing out this thing. Yeah, the ing beep
Oh, I'm
has
not even paying
returned.
attention to y'all.
Where the frick is Tessa? Tessa's the only one, and
Tessa is dead.
I need, because I've been thinking about things that are gonna happen in the future, and I thought of a really interesting thing that goes along with her character.
She's probably eating
I mean,
Did
I
she ever
wouldn't.
specify that she could
No, but she never specified that she couldn't. Which
Yeah.
normally she does say I can't play.
God, one of the people in the fucking party is gonna watch an entire guide on character creation. Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
Oh my. Like it's the problem is I feel like it'll be a really overly in-depth thing
My-
with
my
all this stuff.
He was going overly in debt. Like he's the guy who had like 23 Constitution and shit. Which now that I think about it, like Constitution doesn't really seem to be that useful in direct combat. You know, because I had remembered like strength and dexterity are the things that you want.
Because Constitution is like, well, we haven't really been put in a lot of situations where Constitution's been an issue.
But isn't that the thing that you usually roll when you're about to really get fucked?
Constitution is like,
like
your
a saving?
defense.
Okay.
That's how. So like, because our characters really haven't defended much in combat. It's either been I think the only few times I think Gander like protected somebody at one point. He had to roll, and he had to roll Constitution.
And Nigel rolled Constitution whenever he did the thing where you got fucking turned into nothing.
Yeah, so like, there's like, personally, I can't think of a whole lot of situations that would require Constitution unless your character is just like the ultimate, I will block all the attack. Like if we decided to have a character that was pretty much Darkness from Konosuba, then yes, they would be guarding and using Constitution all the time. But I would not have you guys experience the character of Darkness because I don't think you all could handle that.
Hmm?
But I'm just the thing that's nice though is we have the character sheet in like a Google document so that we can just change shit.
I say we wait for another 5 minutes to see if Tessa comes.
All right.
And if she doesn't, then we will continue on.
I
think
Gavin.
I think you really do need just like because I can explain it probably a lot better than some like official guide just because I can just put it in basic terms.
Yeah, my thing is like there are just some things that I'm definitely gonna study a bit more on my own.
Well,
and it's
yeah, I would highly almost say you need the actual player's guide.
Yeah. I would like to. I'm gonna send you the PDF I've got, and it's not like the player's handbook or anything. It's just basic rules. You don't have to read through it now, but if you could skim through it to see if it's right, because I did just misread the whole thing on stats and shit.
Okay, so you're gonna go to your party and then be like, I effed it up. I effed it all up.
So we have all of our characters in a public Google document, so we can just change shit, and we can all see like what's in our inventories and all that sort of shit, and change our stats as we need to, which has been really useful.
But you still effed up,
I did. I just told them like we have to lower our stats below 18. I only had one stat that was above 18, and that was charisma. Because I just decided to be fucking lazy as shit and be like, you know what? Dacius is in two different worlds right now. One of them happens to be more retarded than the other.
It's called alternate universes, bro.
Yeah, the alternate universe where he fucking meet. We have one of the strangest groups so far. Because we're looking at the races, and I said to I told them like I'm using technically a custom. Well, not technically, it is a custom race. So just fucking pick a race from any of the fucking versions or just make up your own. So we have two fighters. I don't know why they both decided to be fighters. We have a dwarf fighter, a warforged fighter. We have a bugman warlock.
Yeah.
A human rogue, and I don't even remember what his race was. It's just catfish people, and he decided to be a bard. And he managed to piss off a constrictor snake with his bagpipes. Like the first charisma check.
I'm just imagining a catfish on human legs with bagpipes.
Fuck, what are they called? I still have every fucking tab. Like I have 8 tabs.
Oh my gosh.
And they're all the different things. What was this fucking race?
Listen, man. If I didn't restrict myself to things that are in this book, so that I would just know all of their bonuses and stuff, you can bet I would definitely go along with some crazy shit.
The Locathah.
Locathah.
And it's just catfish people who have been enslaved a lot. So he's the bitch fish species.
The bitch fish. Is that his? Xander, I will politely ask you to knock the heck off with that, please.
We were surprised that the furry of the group didn't go for one of the furry species, and instead went for Warforged. That was interesting.
The furry of the group didn't go.
No, furry.
Oh, furry of the group.
Yeah.
Okay. The furry of the group didn't go for the furry.
Also, there are some races in here that really, on the surface, seem redundant. At least visually. I know they all work differently, but there's that man that looks like a goblin from one universe, the other man that looks like a different type of goblin, and then, that man who looks like... Well, he just looks big. There's the eagle motherfuckers, and there's that guy, and that guy. It's just...
A Gavin.
Hello, Tessa.
Hi.
All right,
Wait.
let's
So I guess you're
begin.
not quite pulling a Gavin.
I did it
haven't been
once, okay? I did it
But
once.
we will not let you live it down because it was bad. Simping for Belle Delphine, I swear.
Belle Delphine.
Who the
That's
fuck is
terrible.
If it was Project Melody or Iron Mouse, I could understand. Belle Delphine.
Project Melody, fuck off. That shit.
I'm so glad you know.
I remember I was watching
Why?
fucking Critical, and he was sitting there talking about fucking Project Melody.
Because Gavin is
Oh
a
no,
very
man,
bad
she's great. She's cool.
Seriously.
But yes, this is literally the first. Do give me a break when it comes to these rules, because this is the first time I have laid my eyes upon anything D&D related that isn't just shit dice rolls. This is the first time I
Wow.
have actually seen the races, the items, the rules. The first time that I've been looking up any of the rules, honestly. Yeah.
I'm still gonna say you effed up. I'm still gonna say you're a simp. So let's continue on.
Yeah, all we had to do was change 3 numbers. It's fine now.
Here's one
I'll
question,
make sure
Corey.
the others.
Okay,
change
let's.
So
this one.
I do not know what Belle Delphine is. I'm gonna Google it later on. Should I Google it in an incognito tab?
I don't know. I don't think you really need. I would say do that if you plan on watching any of her videos, which I would not recommend. But there's a whole bunch of people who have talked about her, so.
All I'm wondering is just what the fuck is it?
It's kind of funny.
Have you ever heard of the story of that YouTuber that was trying to sell gamer girl bathwater?
Yes, I have.
That's her.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus, no.
No, this.
Did you watch her?
No.
No, it's a
He's
joke.
he's making fun of me for being late, and that's how he's doing it.
Yes, because he
I
was
was-
simping,
I
and
was
he's simping for
actually-
Valentine.
Going to die. It was like, wow, that's.
Yes, I order
Shut up.
people's bath water.
he orders gamer girl bath.
I just limited myself in my DMs to Gavin yesterday, just saying PH can wait, get on.
Okay, let's
Seriously,
I would choose this over that. You fucking.
let's continue.
Yes,
Yeah,
Let's
let's just get started.
Okay, so from where we left off, our characters are flying up in the sky on top of their new dragon friend. Athena. By the way, Tessa, Lashana got knocked out again, isn't it? I wonder if that's a running theme.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you want her to wake up?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
So,
Well,
she
I
has.
think she's waking up. Can I
So
freeze her
she
mouth
has
shut?
zero context about what happened pretty much after Nigel came back. She didn't even get to see that Nigel really came back. So
Last thing I heard was that Nigel woke up from his like weird coma thing.
well, so Lashana wakes up. She feels like a fairly strong breeze, and as she looks around, she sees that she is laying in a bed of silk that is flying in the air.
What the fuck?
Lashana's awake.
You're finally awake.
And
Can I
Ga-
try to freeze her mouth shut?
and we're on top of the dragon, so Gander like leans down, and Lashana looks up and she sees that Gander is above her on some creature. Oh, you're
We're on
still alive. Oh, thank the
I'm still alive now. What the freak is going on?
Well,
Uh,
we're on a dragon, and you're in a net of spider webbing. So yeah.
with
got really drunk.
Dacius. With
Yeah,
Dacius. Dacius is down there
Don't
with you.
hit Dacius. He has broken bones. I wouldn't complain if you did, though.
He just sort of lifts a hand.
it does hurt every small inch he lifts it. But he lifts it up all the same.
Can I just randomly
And then
announce
and
I
then when it
wake up out
gets
of-
like halfway up, he can't the pain's so bad he can't move it up anymore, but it's also so bad he can't bring it back down.
Oh, are you okay down there, Dacius?
Not really.
What'd you do?
Not a whole lot.
Does Lashana want to high five his hand because his hand is in the perfect high five position?
Oh God.
Bruh.
Mhm.
She does. Does she want to? Does she want to try to do it hard?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you roll a 1d20? for me?
Oh God. It's gonna break my arm.
It's a 20 and just
His
snaps
arm just
off.
flies off.
Oh well.
And if you roll a 1, you,
You
have
have
to hit yourself
you
in the
have
head.
3 more.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Lashana sees his raised hand. She takes hers, and with a loud smack, and also a loud crack, as she smacks his hands with hers. And well, let's just say that Dacius tried to let out a scream of agony. It didn't come out. Nothing came out, but he felt it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he felt it, and I just see Lashana having like a really satisfied smirk on her face.
Yeah.
I decided to wake up.
I'm like
Everything okay
trying
down
not
there?
to laugh.
Man, everyone's just dunking on Dacius. What the fuck?
I mean,
It's
Daisy
your fault.
or Gander hasn't dunked on you.
Yes.
Neither has Athena. Not yet.
Wait,
Yes,
I don't-
Athena yelled at him before they left. What are you talking about?
Did I dunk on Dacius?
did?
I forget.
No,
Yes,
not.
she literally was like, Dacius, you are a terrible, horrible person.
Yeah.
I tried to
Oh,
defend you.
Yeah, you forgot about that.
I did.
Before she also ended up taking control of everybody after she had a conversation with Ifrit. Oh, I don't want to take control. And then he was like, yeah, you do. And she's like, no. And then she was like, I'm taking the reins. This is my party now.
Wait, have I dunked on Dacius?
No.
No, I don't think so. I think you've been cool.
Can I now
It's-
decide? By the way, can I now decide to just wake up from my alcohol-induced slumber?
I mean, yeah, you've been up.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh,
it.
by the way, Dacius, we kind of left your caravan back there.
It's fine.
We're going to, right now. We're going to the capital.
I know.
Hey,
And
can I
so
stick my head down the side and just say, "I'm sorry about your caravan, man."
yes.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah, there's no amount of money in the world. But thank you anyways.
So they have been flying up this entire time, and as they finally go up through the dark clouds that have covered the skies of this area, they arrive back. At least they assume they're back in their own kingdom, and it is nighttime there as well. So they've been down there for a while.
All right,
Saturday night.
Dragon. Go to the capital if you know where it is.
And Nigel hears the dragon say, I am not familiar with the names of the places you all are familiar with.
And can I just look up at Athena and just say, he doesn't know what the capital is. He doesn't know the names of places. Try to describe what it looks like.
How do you describe the capital?
A big fucking town.
Okay, there's a lot of people, different races. There's a ginormous castle. It's the biggest building in.
Believe I know where to go. And he begins. He makes a left turn and begins flying off.
Nigel, does he know where we're going?
He said he thinks he knows where to go, so I'm thinking so. That dragon cultist must have flown him a lot of places. He must have had a lot of airtime, and he probably remembers a lot of places.
Well,
Speaking
listen.
of, what's your name, dragon?
My name is Ishtar.
Okay, his name is Ishtar.
Okay, can I just call him Ish?
I don't know why that's making me laugh.
Now, see, that works just fine.
Because it's already a short name.
Just Ish.
Yes.
Oh, who's your
Look, that's the best thing ever,
powerful,
right there.
magnificent dragon you got here? Oh, this is Ish.
And I just look at her and I just say,
Ish.
"Are you stupid?"
I can't remember names.
Yeesh.
Ishtar.
Look at
You call him Ishtar, or I'll pound your head into tar.
Can she call him Quiche?
Okay, you know what? Fly, dragon.
His name
fly.
is Keisha.
Yes,
Keisha.
Lakeisha.
This is
Quiche-tar.
Okay. Fly, dragon, fly. Wait.
I'm already doing that.
And Gander is looking off to the right, and because that is the direction that they came from. And he's thinking back about Concord, and he's also wondering what the other party, what they're doing right now.
Gander,
Yes.
remember what I said. We will need you focus.
All right.
I need everyone on the guard.
Okay.
Because when we get to the kingdom, there's a specific place that we have to go. But if they don't recognize me, we might have to fight.
Okay.
We get to go take a trip through the castle.
Did she tell them that the elves are going to war? I can't remember.
Nope.
I just
Okay.
realized something terrible.
What did you just realize?
My Dacius is probably gonna need a really good cloak, or you're gonna have to leave him on the outskirts.
Ishtar. Can you take us to a nice you know, never mind. They'll have extra stuff where we're going. Gander, Dacius, you can turn invisible, correct?
I don't know.
You're stupid.
Just
Well,
leave me on the outskirts of town.
Dacius, listen. I'll need you to turn invisible.
I can't.
Crap, you couldn't.
Just leave me on the outskirts of town. I'll be fine.
No, I can't.
I can't look at the and just say.
What do you mean?
I have an idea. Just stop.
If you don't, then we all die.
No, we won't.
Wait,
Well,
is he saying he can't turn invisible because of his condition? Because he does know the spell to turn invisible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, just make sure.
Can I just look over at Athena and
All
just say, let the Ant-Man rest. He's
No.
injured. Let him sleep.
You don't understand.
Ishtar, go find us a nice store before we get there, so we can stock up on supplies.
He looks up at her with like a weird expression, and then he turns his head back. I will do what I can.
What did he say,
Medieval
Nigel?
General. Medieval Dollar General or something.
Medieval time.
So, what will we need? We will need a cloak, we need some healing potions.
Hello, welcome to Medieval GameStop.
Yes, I'd like to buy a medieval
Would you like to
copy of
pre-order the
medieval-
newest
plague. The newest disease.
Would you like to pre-order the Last of Swords 2?
God. No, it'd still be The Last of Us 2, except it would take place in Europe during like the 1600s.
honestly, probably be more
Instead,
interesting than the
I
real
would
one.
do-
Yeah.
I'd like a copy of Chibi Dragon Ziplash instead.
Chibi Dragons. If this was a goofier campaign, I would 100% put that in.
See, if I know you as a DM, then I know you're gonna do a thing in this capital.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Have something big planned for the big thing that's been a character, like it's been one of the character goals to go back and teach their father a lesson somehow? No, not me, no.
Man, I was
I mean,
thinking of
if there's anything
something else that would fuck us all over, but you know that's different.
Gander, will you need anything from the store?
There's a lot of things that can fuck us all over.
Yeah.
Wait, is this even recording?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Well, I
Hello?
could always
Hello?
get some more equipment.
Like what?
I don't know. I'd have to look around, but I do need some more healing potions.
Okay, we'll get that.
maybe
I
some
borrow-
new armor.
Okay.
Can I maybe borrow 5 gold from one of you, given that, you know,
Listen.
all my things were obliterated when I died?
Oh yeah. So Tessa, Athena has officially graduated from somewhat bitch to super bitch. So yeah, she's being super assertive now. So I don't know if Lashana wants to call her out on that, because so far no one's called her out on that yet.
I want to call her out on it.
Okay. So Lashana is hearing how Athena's been talking, and she's not really liking it very much. She's not really liking her tone.
Don't tell me what to do.
I haven't told you what to do. I'm just
Well, stop
asking.
telling everyone else what to do. You ain't the boss.
And you are? Don't see you
Oh.
take control. I see you being knocked out every time.
And guess what? You're the one with the crystal stuck in your head of someone who tried to kill us all.
Yeah, well, he's actually guiding me a lot.
Ladies,
So
ladies,
stop
ladies,
your
I don't
mouthing.
care about your synchronized cycles. Guys, just admit the fact. Nobody's really in charge of all of us. We just
no one
make
is the
communal
leader, but you need to
decisions.
listen. We're going into my
I'm
territory.
not doing what you say. I'll do the exact opposite.
Then you should be
Can't put
self-killed.
talking to
Guys?
you.
And
What?
we're heading to the capital.
Is it just me, or is it getting colder?
Oh,
yeah.
good lord.
I'm breathing a lot.
And as they look around, they do see like the clouds are beginning to cover the sky once again. However, unlike in the deep dark abyss, these clouds are white, almost a pure white. But the air is certainly getting colder. As they continue flying, they've noticed that they're beginning to be able to see their breath.
It's winter here.
I would always be able to see my breath. You know, we're giving it all around.
Oh yeah, that's true. Nigel'd be like, "Oh, nice weather. I like this."
Oh, Nigel just looks around and says,
I feel like Theseus can hardly feel anything anyways.
Guys,
Yeah,
it is
bloody hell, even I'm
it's
getting
winter
cold.
here. I think. I don't know. I think it's winter at the castle. Just okay. All right.
It's
So
winter here at the castle.
I don't know. All right. Okay. So I haven't been here in 2 years. So my aunt, she has a nice house, and she was one of the people that helped me escape. She was executed from the castle. Not executed, but
What?
castle. She was there.
Exile?
Exiled, that's the word. Thank you, Dacius. From the castle because, I don't remember why. But if we go there, she'll have everything we need. We just need to find a way to cover Dacius.
You can't bring me into the capital.
Dacius, we will need you. She can heal you.
Even
It's
if
like-
I were healed entirely, I
She's
can't
a,
to that capital.
yes, you can. She has
Guys,
What?
Yes, Yonder?
does the capital look like that? And he points forward to where the dragon is flying them. And as they look, they see what appears to be a mountain. A large, spiraling mountain that pierces the heavens.
Might be a dwarven capital, but I don't think that's where we're supposed to be going.
I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be.
It looks. Yes?
Okay, bloody hell, I'm starting to get cold.
Where we're supposed to go.
I am going to say that this is 100% Athena trying to justify in her head that they are going on course, because that is not what the capital looks like. from her memory.
Ifrit.
Yes?
Is that the capital? I don't think
What?
that is.
How should I know?
Ifrit.
I've been trapped in a crystal for hundreds of years.
Can I just reach up and just tap the crystal on her chest? Now that I'm actually here.
That is
It'll
gonna
make
be
it
real so
worse.
awkward.
Yeah, do roll 1d20.
Me?
Don't you
Yeah.
dare roll
I hope you
a
get one and
one.
you tap it and it burns your finger.
I feel like if he rolls a 1.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen if he rolls.
Or if he rolls a low number, have his finger burnt.
You put toll 1d20, not roll 1d20.
Shit.
For you to be Lord of the Die Rolls channel, you sure messed up.
Blow me.
No thanks.
Later.
You wish.
Later.
I don't wish.
Sure.
So, Nigel, he's slowly trying to reach his hand over and tap the crystal, but Athena does notice that his arm is reaching. What does she want to do?
She wants to grab his wrist. No, she wants to take out her dagger and like kind of like do like a nice, like a very thin cut on his hand.
If you
Roll 1d20, please.
Oh my God.
Who's gonna roll? Gavin? Do you want Gavin?
Yeah.
which would be worse, if it were a 1 or if it were a 20?
That's a good question.
10.
Well, it's a 16.
Yeah, so she does slice a good cut through
I would like
Nigel's
to point-
hand.
I would
Could
like
you
to
ro-
point out how much of an overreaction that was. Like,
it was definitely an overreaction. Hang on,
So-
we got roll for damage.
okay, so
For Athena, could you roll a 1d4, please?
Athena took damage?
No, Nigel
Oh
took
my- no.
damage.
Oh, I thought you said Athena.
You
that
said
was the
Athena.
biggest overreaction to someone like playing trying to like dunk on someone ever.
Yeah, it wasn't a completely clean slice. So yeah, it did hurt a lot more than she intended it to.
But it
And
didn't do really much damage.
no, but it is bleeding and it did hurt. So
Stacia, I just gander. Freak. Nigel, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt that. I just meant to do like a thin, like.
Can I just cut her off mid-sentence and blast ice, like, not at her, but right next to her, just to demonstrate?
Gander, he reaches his hand out in between both of them to prevent them from fighting again, because he had to do that yesterday too.
Nigel, wait! Gander's sitting in between them, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought he wasn't.
Yeah, no,
I think it still would have been realistic that Nigel would have been able to try and pull it off, because it's night. He did it really slow, and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, I just messed up like everyone's placement. So
Yeah.
well, either way, he still like put out his hand to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Either way,
he wasn't successful either way.
Either way, can I just say shit and then just lick my wounds?
Yes.
I do.
Ew.
I mean, he's a dragon man,
That and
Okay.
it's not like we have any. It's not like we have any other medical equipment.
And does
No,
does
no.
does Dacius and Lashana want to look around?
Can I look
Yeah.
around? I think is the better question.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Can I move my head in any direction?
No, no, no.
Yeah, you can still move your head.
Okay, I just want to sort of lazily move it to the left, very carefully, just to see what's like.
And there's snow. As he turns, he sees a bunch of snow-covered mountains. like a smaller mountains.
I don't
So-
think a capital would be built in
No.
such a mountainous area.
No, but I have an idea. No. Can I direct the dragon back to Concord?
Do you know how?
Could you ask Nigel?
I
Well,
could ask-
how would you describe to the dragon what Concord is? Oh, it's a town. It's a big town,
I
but so
can
is
have
the
Ifrit help
capital.
me direct.
I mean,
Ifrit, do you remember the way back to Concord? You better.
I. You can't throw all these responsibilities at me. You're the one taking control here.
Yeah, well,
that is something
Athena-
really
Athena-
interesting to point out. Like, she's the one in
Athena-
control.
Athena's thinking this in her head. Well, Lashana's don't listen, so whatever. Anyway, dragon, let's turn around. Yeah.
I do kind of have an idea. Can Dacius do, like, an intelligence check?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what he wants to do.
Okay.
What did he want to do?
I want to see if he can try and figure out where they are.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Dacius is looking around. He's trying to remember this place because it does seem familiar. And as he's looking around, he does get another flashback.
Oh God.
And this flashback shows, and it appears it's from his perspective. He's trekking through the snow with the silver-haired girl and some others, and they're all very heavily dressed, and they're trekking through the snow. And as they continue walking, they come up to a large, what looks to be a palace made out of ice. And then the memory ends. But he does think of a name. And the name that he's thinking of when thinking about this flash is Garnell.
All right, we're heading back to Concord.
What does Dacius want to do? Kevin?
Oh, I had myself muted, sorry. I was thinking that he could try, and this would be really difficult, especially because of the state he's in, and because even though he's been all across the world, he's not going to remember all of it. I was going to see if he could try to think of where he is, and to think of where Concord is, and try and at least get a general idea of what direction they're supposed to go in.
Oh.
But I don't think that memory was I don't think that memory would really give him an idea of, like,
No.
yeah.
No, it does not give him a clear idea of where Concord is in relation
Gander,
to this
Gander,
place.
Gander, do you
Gander.
remember which way we left Concord?
Well, we went out the east side,
So,
and then we took that right. But then we fell down the abyss, and then I can't remember what happened after that.
if we
And
can,
then, and he does remember that Dacius, or not Dacius, Gander, did, he was separated from the group, so he might not even remember like what direction, how they got to the city,
So,
Mamoru.
well, I am gonna look at a compass real quick. Because
Are you seriously trying to figure out like the real the real way it would be?
yes, I am. Okay, so that's we went out of the east side and we took a right. So let's say we were going southeast at that point, and then we fell in that thing. So we were still going southeast. Okay, so we need to go back.
But you got to remember that you guys took that left after following that frog into.
Well, if we could at least find the abyss.
We need to.
If we could go back to the abyss, then we can try and get general idea of where it started.
As they are all pondering these ideas, they notice that they have stopped. And
Ishtar, what are we doing?
and Ishtar has perched himself on the side of the giant spiral mountain.
Yeah, no, this is not where we're supposed to be.
There should be a palace somewhere here.
No.
Maybe there's someone we can ask.
And Ishtar like points his nose upwards, and he does say, "The palace is up above the heavens."
Excuse me?
Dacius can't understand him.
Oh, sorry.
Nigel's the only one because they're both dragons.
Yeah, okay, I got it. I fucked.
Well then, can I just say, he thinks it's up above the heavens, and then can I just ask him in dragon speak? Just out of curiosity, why'd you stop here?
Because this is where she wanted to go. A place with a large castle. The largest one in all the kingdom.
Oh,
Like, Athena, you screwed up. He went to the largest castle in the kingdom, and that's here. So, good job, you did us all.
How about we go to the second largest castle in the kingdom with lots of people and less snow?
there could be any number of massive castles within this kingdom.
Oh gods.
Where is the castle? The castle.
Can Athena do a wisdom check
Okay. Yeah.
or an intelligence? I don't know if it would be intelligence or wisdom.
Well, what does she want to do?
She wants to see if she can see if she can remember if what number size. How do I explain this? If the castle was 1, 2, 3, 4, what biggest it was, so she can tell the dragon. If that makes sense.
You think that the dragon's going to know what dimensions her castle is? Oh,
Not only that.
From flying above, could you find me a castle that's about 300 feet tall?
Not only that, but think about this. Athena didn't know about this castle, right? If this is or she thought that the castle she was a part of was the biggest.
Was the biggest, yep.
This is the biggest, right? So
Yep.
she doesn't know how big that her capital is compared to all the other castles, because obviously there are more.
Yeah. Well, let's. We're just going to go back to Concord. We need to find Sigmund.
That's part of the problem.
And as they're arguing, Gander, he takes out his long sword and he readies his shield. The others are all, they're talking amongst themselves, trying to figure out what to do. But they notice that Gander is, in attack formation.
Athena wants to pull out her dagger and her wand.
But
Can I just-
okay, she's definitely I don't even know what the heck Gander is looking at, but attack first, ask questions never.
Exactly.
Gander, what do you see? What do you see?
And
Can I ask them too?
yeah, and they look around Gander's shoulders, and there appear to be some. They look like, from the looks of it, it appears to be creatures that are the same, because the mountain's covered in snow, right? They're standing on top of snow, and these creatures coming at them look like they are made of snow, at least from their color. They're the same sheen of white,
Do
What-
I have
what-
enough magic?
what's,
and
like,
they're running on
potentially-
all fours.
Oh, okay.
Do I have enough magic
I was
to
about to
ready
say, I don't know if
my
we should-
talk to animals spell?
Oh,
Oh, wait, the talk with the animals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I have? Okay, so I've got his magic. Then I wait until they get closer to us, and then I cast it.
Okay. Because they are running at quite a fast speed, I will have you roll a 1d20, because he's kind of going to have to shout a little bit.
God's never on our side. Shush it, Colton. Throw away your trash.
ouch.
Okay. So
Just whisper it.
If that doesn't work, Athena wants to use her tongue one.
You can't. You need the ziggurat for that, right?
yeah, you need a clay statue of a thing to use it.
Bruh.
Yeah, that's what the rule book says.
That's a disgrace.
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh, no.
could change it, like, that also will consume like a ton of magic, so
Oh, never mind.
yeah. So Nigel, he attempts to scream out, to talk to them. However, as he takes in a deep breath to shout out, something, he emits some sort of noise. The others didn't seem to hear it. However, these creatures approaching them certainly did, and whatever it was, it appears to have angered them.
Well, then, can I just say, well, shit.
Yes. And,
We
They,
were on a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
well, yeah, do you want to fight him on the dragon?
No, Athena wants to.
And I can think of another option.
No. Let's go on the air dragon.
Say how many are there?
There's two.
All right, dragon. Let's go in the air. Yeah, let's not do it.
Well, Nigel would have to say that. Or
Well, no, he
does
can
the dragon? Oh, can the dragon understand it?
Yeah, the dragon can understand
Okay.
common speak. It just doesn't speak common.
Okay.
Fine. Let's go in the air now.
But he's not listening.
Oh my god. This door.
For some reason, and
Oh, Athena wants to try to read the snowman's
He-
mind.
and well, I also does anyone like take a good look at Ishtar, like after Nigel said that?
I would like to.
guy?
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, here, let's have Nigel do it.
yeah.
But we can have him and Daisy do it. So they look at Ishtar to see if he heard what Athena said. However, his expression kind of looked blank.
Oh.
Like,
What's wrong?
He
and
looks really
does anyone want to take a closer look?
I do.
I will.
Athena wants to look close.
This will take a 1d20.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Athena
roll
wants
one
to do
each one.
it.
All right, you both can do it.
You got 2 tries for someone to be able to fucking examine
Yeah,
this
who-
lad.
However, whoever like figures it out is going to have a different reaction.
Oh,
Well, okay. So Nigel, like he kind of squints, and his vision just immediately kind of like zooms in on Ishtar, specifically his eyes, and his eyes they appear, because before looking at his eyes, Ishtar's eyes, they looked fairly intelligent. I think that's a good way to say it. They're very bright, but looking at them now,
Yeah.
they look almost soulless.
Can I just
Oh.
attempt to kick the dragon and just try to knock him into attention?
You should.
Kick him?
oh God.
Here we
Why
go
don't
again.
you just try to talk to him, you idiot?
We tried that!
This is what. Well, Athena tried that.
Yeah.
Oh, well then can I just say, Ishtar, are you okay?
Yes. As Nigel says this, Ishtar seems to snap back to attention. He shakes his head. I'm not sure what came over me.
Well then can I say, well, I hope that doesn't happen again now. Can we maybe get flying? These snow creatures don't look...
They are. The snow creatures are now, like, right
Yeah.
there. They're both about to lunge up at Ishtar.
Well then can I just, well then instead of that, can I just say, go!
Well, they're like right about to pounce. He's not going to be able to get up in time.
Okay.
Try and tell him to block with his wing or something, or
No,
like think fast.
Well,
Wait,
fire.
hang on. Hang on, can I use my sling and a
I
bullet?
don't know.
Yeah, you can try to shoot a sling bullet.
I would try to freeze them, but given that they're snow creatures, I'm worried that might make them stronger. So
I don't know if they will or not.
Bruh.
Come on.
Alright, let's see here. Can you hit the raging snow? So Nigel,
That squeak was perfect.
Yes, it
it
was.
really was. So Nigel tries to aim the sling bullet. However, the creatures leap faster than he can fire it off, than he can aim, and they latch onto Ishtar, both of his wings, causing Ishtar to begin to slide off the edge of the mountain. And because of this, Nigel, his aim goes really off, and he shoots himself in the eye with his
What?
sling
Why
bullet.
did he roll? Oh,
He got a 1. This is what happens when you get 1.
Well then can I just say ow, and in my pain I just slide off the dragon?
Yeah.
No, you idiot!
So
He's
so
sliding! I'm abandoning ship!
Nice.
so
Best thing ever.
Nigel is falling down this spiral mountain. He's falling down like 50 feet.
I was wanting to fall onto where he was clinging onto.
We just got Nigel back, and he's gonna die again.
But listen, it's a slope, isn't it? Or is it literally just a straight drop?
It's a spiral. Like the entire mountain's sort of like a spiral. So
was
it's
just trying to
one.
fall
So
onto
it's
the
pretty
thing.
much like one large drop to ground, another large drop to ground, like that.
Oh.
I was just wanting
like
to
giant
fall onto the
stairs.
ground.
Well,
Pretty
let's
much.
let's hope he lands in like really dense fucking snow or something. It'll be like one of those
I was
cartoons.
gonna say, like in the cartoons, he's falling to his death, and then just like plop in this
And
big old pile of snow, and he's like, "Oh."
There, it shows like one of those a hole in the shape of his body through the snow.
That's some Tom and Jerry ass stuff.
And Athena used her wand.
I
Well, then, can I
I don't want to
attempt to
do that. Oh wait,
Can I-
do you want to try to levitate, Nigel? You can levitate him.
Wake up, Athena.
She just-
Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll levitate him. I thought you were asking if Nigel wanted to levitate.
I really
can't
want to.
levitate.
I really want to say that Athena's a good person for doing this, but
Athena.
I almost feel like she's just doing it because why not, and not because, oh my god, I don't want to lose him again.
She's doing it because it's clear that Nigel has the most control over Ishtar.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Oh, that's
No, she's doing it
terrible.
because she has
Oh,
a
it's
fetish
so
for getting her
terrible.
mouth closed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
likes getting
Athena's
close.
never done other terrible acts like going up to strangers and trying to have a fake pity party
Yeah,
for
I
her so
remember-
they give
oh.
her free stuff and money.
Man, I don't know if Lashana ever learned about this, but you remember what she did to that one shopkeep, talking about, how Lashana had died gloriously on the.
doesn't know about that.
Oh my god!
I don't know if the characters will tell her about that, but Tessa, can we tell
Yeah,
you about
Daci-
that?
Sure.
Dacius might at some point, but basically,
Here, I'll let Gavin explain it because I think Gavin
So,
would have more fun.
fucking Athena, she goes into the shop and there's this slime guy pretending to be, a human. This really nice guy, right? He owns this pawn shop. He's a real nice guy. She walks in, pretending to, she walks in looking all sad and shit. She goes up to this counter and she's talking about how, like, oh, our great friend Lashana died in this glorious, wondrous battle. She was such a great hero. And she said in her final moments, I want this really expensive thing to be given to this person for free, or something like that. Just something fucking stupid and ridiculous. And she nailed the charisma checks. This poor guy believes her because to him it's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
And then he gave her over 100 gold for it.
Yeah,
And then she
she
tried
keep-
to sell Lashana's shovel by telling him this is the shovel we buried her body with.
yeah, and that really cracked Dacius up because he was like, buried her body. We didn't fucking bury her.
And then
I'm a piece of shit.
the reality set in for him. He was like, oh
We didn't
oh.
bury her.
we didn't.
It went
bury her."
from laughing to laughing and slightly crying.
Yeah, crying on the inside.
Yeah.
So
It went from laughing because he was something funny was happening to laughing because just full hysteria.
It was
God.
Athena.
Anyway, so Athena uses levitate on Nigel, realizes he's not falling anymore.
Wait, doesn't she have to roll a 1d20?
No.
Oh, I thought she did.
No.
All right.
So
Good thing she doesn't too.
So she. Do you want to lift him up?
Yeah,
Just
Athena
watch
wants
a
to
little
lift
bit.
him up to the ledge.
Okay, so she lifts him up enough to where he can grab onto Ishtar's foot. That's that's already off of the mountain.
I just bring us down.
Well, no, because unless she lets go of the levitate spell.
No.
Oh, yeah,
Nigel,
that's right.
Nigel, come here, get into the hammock thing.
He can't because of the
Well, I know. I'm
okay.
I'm just
Athena wants to try to-
suggesting he try.
Athena wants to try to.
I tried to.
I want to try to.
Well,
push him up.
he's still
you
being
can't.
levitated.
You can't. You're so
How
yeah.
small is this fucking hammock thing?
I mean, it's fairly big, but he fell off the side. This is a big dragon. So the hammock is
Oh.
big, but the dragon's bigger.
Well, yeah, I mean, I knew that.
So, like, okay, here, if you want like a better like diagram, imagine this dragon, like, you know, his 2 feet are like super far apart, and then in the very middle is the hammock.
Why
You
did
know,
we
it's not
land
really-
on a cliffside? I mean, I get that this is a mountain, and there's not going to be a whole lot of nice places to land, but what the fuck?
Because do you remember what Athena said before they landed?
No.
Find us a shop before we go
Oh,
to the
Jesus
castle.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. So,
What?
guess who else you can blame for this
Of
situation?
course. Fucking Athena.
you're even getting annoyed at your own character. Just
Well,
being
then-
like, oh.
Well, hang on. While I'm clinging to his foot, I don't want to try the sling again because I'm worried I'd hurt the dragon or myself.
What a
I
nice.
to breathe ice onto them.
and
Might make
and
them stronger, but it might not.
and also Nigel cannot go over to the hammock because Athena is still using the levitate on him. Because
Ah.
she is still using the levitate on him, she can't really move from her current position, which is she's kind of bending down to like holding her wand down to try to keep Nigel up. Like, yeah, she could let go, but then he might cause the dragon to fall too, like even more. So yeah, so this situation, Dacius, who is crippled, Lashana, and Gander are the only ones who can do anything.
Hey, may I say something?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Imagine if she rolled a 1, it just pushed me down harder.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna. Are there
Okay.
like? I don't even think there are any spells
Wait,
I
why
could do.
can't why can't Athena levitate him up higher?
Because she already levitated him up already. You can only levitate up to 20 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, he was falling super fast. Like it's a big mountain. Big
Maybe
old
Wait,
mountain.
Wait,
Maybe
Wait,
she
no,
should
'cause
try
I-
to levitate
Ah.
down. Wait,
Cause I want to
Yeah.
freaking fight,
See,
man.
see what
Down
happens
to a
when you
platform.
simp, Gavin?
being
Athena
crippled
wants
fucking
to fight.
sucks.
Now you know how Athena feels.
What do you mean?
Because this is how she is whenever she used Ifrit.
The difference is is I just didn't do anything. I like
And Athena
my
tried to
decisions
fix
out
everything.
my decisions out of the game have fucked me in the game.
Yep.
My decisions in the game. mean-
Karma.
I'm gonna be honest though. Every other time, like someone else, at least as far as I could tell, has missed something. Especially Lashana, she just gets knocked out, and then like the one big time that I miss most of a session, I just get fucking entirely crippled.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's all look at the reasons why.
Yeah, I know. Like
You can't defend this, Gavin, so just don't even try.
it was an accident.
This is what you get. This is what
Like,
you get.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do one day whenever I have a thing, right, and I have to do something at 7, and you're just gonna like fucking literally cripple my character
Well, then
because
you'd
I
better
wasn't
say,
because I wasn't there for one session.
you'd better say beforehand that you aren't gonna
Oh
you
my
aren't gonna do
God.
anything, man.
Hey, Gavin.
What?
No.
Man, you're
Well, hang on.
putting this
You're
all
saying,
on me when it is your fault for.
I'm not
falling
putting it. I'm not
asleep.
putting it all on you.
You are putting it
I'm
all
saying-
on me.
You don't have to cripple my character
Yeah,
entirely.
okay. Like,
Hey, Gavin.
Like, holy
How-
shit.
You're saying this is an accident. How in the holy name of sweet motherfucking Mary is simping an accident?
No, that's
Because I fucking didn't sleep the night before, and I didn't go to sleep earlier because I was afraid I was gonna go to sleep and I wouldn't be able to fucking wake up. That's what I was worrying about for the entire fucking day.
okay.
You know that's why I'm just so fucking. Because like that's
Now
all
let's like
that's all I
make
was
it
worrying
chill.
about that entire day.
Yeah, let's calm
Guess
down.
you know what happens. Guess you know what happens. So, what does Lashana want to do? Lashana's been quiet. What does she want to do?
Shauna doesn't pay attention.
Apparently not. So I'm gonna say Gander tries to step up and he tries to attack these things. So he takes his long sword and he swings it down on one that has grabbed one of Ishtar's wings. And he slashes down on the creature's leg. And as he does this, he does get a better view of the creature. It is not actually made of snow. It has very long hair that is pure white that makes it blend in with the snow.
Can I breathe ice onto the other one?
Well, hang on. Let me finish playing this out. So,
Okay.
after he slashes its leg, the beast gets off of Ishtar and goes back onto the land. Now, Lashana, this would be your turn, Lashana.
Oh my God, Tessa!
Tessa, it's your turn.
Is she even online?
Yeah, she's online. She's just not here. Don't worry, I got this. I got
God,
this.
even she's simping.
He's not paying attention.
I gotcha.
God, yeah, even she's
Yeah, I wouldn't be
simping.
surprised if she was simping.
I couldn't say for who though.
She's simping over her boyfriend. Not really. And mobile is
Lashana.
Lashana immobile.
No, I'm not gonna just like. How am I gonna explain that? She's been awake this entire time. We're all about to die, and just for no reason, she's just like, "Well, I'm gonna take a nap."
I don't know. Maybe she gets violently hit by something.
I'm here.
Thank
There you go.
Thank
I'm here.
you.
I had to
Stop
pee.
simping.
We thought you were simping, so
I wasn't. I just needed to pee.
All right. Well then, what does Lashana want to do? Because there's not two anymore, but there is one snow creature on one of Ishtar's wings, pushing him down almost off of the cliff. You, Nigel, and Gander are the only ones who can actually like attack these things. Gander already took one off of Ishtar's wing.
I want to hit it with a crowbar.
So you are like under the dragons. To
I thought
throw
with
the
a crowbar-
crowbar?
Yeah, I want to throw the crowbar. Wait, no, I don't want to throw the crowbar because then I might lose my.
Do you want? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. You don't have your crowbar. Do you want to shoot it with? Do you want to shoot it with your crossbow? You could do that.
Yeah, I want to shoot it.
All right. Can you roll 1d20, please?
Yes.
Please be something good. And ow, I just turned the TV on by accident.
Nope, I rolled a 4.
So Lashana tries firing her crossbow at the one on Ishtar's wing, and due to like pretty much how like the hammock is dangling off of the edge and it's kind of swaying back and forth, she didn't get a good aim, so she fires and it like hits the claws of the creature's foot, so it does not do anything, and this creature pushes down more on Ishtar, so they're closer to falling off.
Wait, Athena has an idea.
Okay. I will say that if Dacius can not be salty for a second, there are things he can do. He can still move, just not walk.
But I mean, I tried to lift my arm, and then it got like fucking
Yeah,
it hurt to lift it, and it's hurt so much I couldn't even really put it down.
Yeah, so it's already, your arm's already up. It's in perfect spell firing position.
That's the most fucking. You know what? I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. I wanna hit. So how much is my spell casting ability impaired? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm probably inaccurate as hell, but
it all depends on really what you roll. Because like if you roll a 20, no matter what, you're gonna do something. Like your character could have no arms, no legs, and almost be on the verge of death, but you roll a 20, and they like launch up and just bite down on the enemy's head or something. Like
I wanna try and hit it
with an Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
That's your favorite.
Well, that's one of the only direct damage ones I have. This is gonna go terribly.
Well, let me look at your modifier. I don't remember what your modifier is.
What was it?
-9.
I think. Oh no, your modifiers are high. Magic.
Just like I wish I
They're
was.
super high. All right, so, Dacius. Oh wait, I didn't roll for freaking damage for the freaking. Oh wait, no, I did. Never mind. So Dacius fires the Eldritch Blast, and he does hit the foot of the creature. On the other creature on Ishtar, forcing it to get off. Can you roll a 1d10, please? There we go. So now Ishtar is able to regain his balance back.
Nigel, climb up here right now.
I did a good.
You're still levitating me. I kind of can't.
Okay, Athena stops levitating you.
Okay. Can you please do a strength check? And I gotta see.
Swear to God.
I gotta see if you're strong enough to climb up. This is this might seem like very weird and mundane, but this is actually a super tense situation because.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, because we could all die here.
Well, technically, Athena can fly. She just has to prep herself.
Yeah, but I mean, the question is could you prep yourself fast enough before you hit the ground?
All right, so Nigel, like a trooper, he does he pulls himself up with one arm and he's like leaping up this dragon, and he leaps up onto the top and he's like right up by Ishtar's head.
I just want Dacius to say fucking ace.
It's like, I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Athena wants to shoot the one snow person with lightning blast with her lightning bolt.
Okay, so you can charge that up. That's gonna take a little bit, but you can begin charging that up. So Athena's charging.
Wait, no, not lightning bolt, firebolt.
Okay, firebolt or firebolt or fireball. These are all separate spells that you have.
My God, fireball.
Okay, fireball.
Can
It's
I
like,
attempt to
I remember,
ask
and
DMs what
I'm gonna
they're
have to
doing?
look this up. I forget if this is the spell where you like create like a living fireball, because I know there's one where you like make a little living fire thing.
I didn't even realize I had one called firebolt.
Yeah, that was your first one. Firebolt was your first one, and you've used it a bunch. And
lightning bolt.
Now you, from leveling up, you got fireball and lightning. All right, where's
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
fireball? Yes, you do. Okay. Okay, a bright streak flashes from your pointed finger to a point you choose. Also, if Athena wanted, she can fire bullets from her middle finger. She can literally attack by flipping things off.
I keep forgetting that I have that one spell where I can figure out things' weaknesses.
By flipping them off.
Athena wants to use it and melt the creature.
There are certain spells that I really wish I could remember that I have, like the fucking spider walk one.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I can burn you from any distance.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, if your freaking fireball hits, you are incinerating these things. It does 8d6 fire damage.
What the fuck?
Wow.
If only she had that during the general fights.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
What
that?
the
Just
fuck?
like before the guy could turn to the big monstrous dragon, she just flips him off and fires a little fireball bullet, and he
Yeah.
just bursts into flames.
I would hate to see what would happen if she rolled a 1 though. It's like a fucking tactical nuke or something.
Yeah, like it charges up in her finger and then bursts, like just exploding her hand.
Oh my god. The thing is if that were to happen to like any like that sounds fucking gruesome.
Okay, so she's
Fuck
charging.
You, you're dead now. Fuck you.
So she's charging up fireball. All right. Does Lashana want to do anything?
Well, Shauna wants to try and shoot it again.
Okay, roll that 1d20.
On our side,
Yeah.
How much ammo does like she have?
watch.
She has 30 some crossbolts.
You rolled a 10.
Let me look. She has. I'll take one away. She has 32.
Wow. She
How many
hit,
does it have?
I think.
How many sling bullets do I have?
Just give me a sec here. Yes, she does. So she fires. Which one do you want to hit? The one that Dacius knocked off, or the one that Gander knocked off?
I imagine Gander did more damage.
Dacius.
Okay.
Oh.
So she fires her crossbow bolt at the creature the Dacius hit. And could you roll a 1d8? She hits him in the side, and it lets out a sort of roar of pain. But yeah, let me see how much stuff Athena has.
A 1d8, right?
Yes. Athena.
Ooh.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, that creature definitely let out of pain as the blood begins gushing out of that wound.
It's just
Yeah,
a fire
I
hydrant.
said that it wasn't made of snow.
Oh.
I said that Gander got a good look at it, and it wasn't
Well, she
made
was-
of snow. It just has really long white hair.
She
Okay.
was simping at the time. She doesn't know this.
That's just gonna be the running gag whenever people.
Simping.
I don't-
Yeah, when people mute themselves and they're not paying attention, they're just simping.
I do not mute myself, thank you.
You don't even know how to use Discord at all,
No,
Audrey.
I actually figured something
That's
out.
like the
Uh,
anti-simp.
Let's have so Gander tries to attack the other, the one that he hit.
Athena wants to use her fireball.
She's charging up. Just give her a sec.
Athena, charge it faster.
Gander does just barely. It tries to dodge, but he does hit it with his long sword. But it doesn't do that much damage. Now then, does Dacius want to do anything? Does he want to hit it again with an Eldritch Blast?
Isn't there that one fucking, hypnotic pattern, or do I need
Yes.
something for that?
I don't think you need anything for that.
What does
but let
that
me-
even do?
Let me look.
There's always the FU spell.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
but
all that does is like say their weakness, though.
I know.
Yeah, and I think we've kind of figured out that their weakness is just getting hit by things.
Yeah, because I mean, if you haven't guessed by now, these things are they're just creatures.
Yeah.
Like they're
I'm kind of picturing like really big wolves or polar bears or something. I don't know if that's
they're kind of like polar bears. I'd say
Yeah,
they're
I was
more.
thinking of like a cross between a polar bear and like a wolf, like long hair, like a.
Thinking of a Yeti.
Oh, what the is a yeti, Colton?
You don't know what a yeti is?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense too.
They are. They're more like a cross between a yeti and a polar bear.
What the
Okay.
is a yeti?
You don't know what a yeti is?
It's like a big really big snow ape thing. I guess that's
Yeah, imagine like an ape, but they're all white.
fuck
Okay,
you.
so-
Oh, thanks.
Never mind.
Hey,
Hold up.
hey, Gander, or fuck, Corey. Look at the voice chat.
Look at what. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, got some real tact there, Alexander. And,
Oh no, it's time. Time to rewatch them.
That's the new
You-
model. You wouldn't understand.
you create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range.
Oh.
The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving.
Well, I'm not doing that. Fuck.
On a what?
Well, because we have a dragon.
Oh yeah, that
That would count as a creature.
that is very true.
And
So
you're a
you know what?
Oh yeah, and they become incapacitated. And considering we are on the dragon, who is on the edge of a cliff, yeah, him being incapacitated would not be good for us right now.
So you know what? Let's just go for the classic,
Let's
the
just
original.
the kill.
It's not the kill, unfortunately.
Oh,
Nah.
he tries to fire at the one, but it dodges. So now, Athena, yes, you can shoot your gosh dang fireball.
If you roll like a 1, then
Kick me out of.
I'm going to use all of my strength to facepalm every fiber in my body.
Even if, like, as damaged as your body is right now.
The
Yeah,
god- the god-
Dacius will stand up and facepalm.
Okay. Which one's the most damaged? Because
The most damaged is the one that Lashana and Dacius hit, and just for like a visual reference, it's the one on the left.
Athena wants to attack the.
All right. Do you
The one that
want Gavin? Do you want the one that Gander? Okay, you want Gavin to roll for you?
Yeah, I want the one with the least amount of damage.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You did
Okay.
it.
What'd you roll?
13.
Wow. Okay, so she puts her hands together and summons a quick flash fires from her hands, and it hits the creature. And as soon as it does, the creature bursts into flames, and it begins screaming, like cries of agony. Can you roll 8d6, please?
8d6.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, so this creature is wailing. Its cries are painful. Like, it's kind of, now, I don't know, considering the type of person Athena is, I don't know if she thinks it's terrible, but the other people do. It's crying out, and as the flames begin
No,
to
Athena's
die,
starting to feel bad.
and as the flames begin to go down due to the snow,
I just attempt to
there is
freeze it while
nothing.
flames are
There
going
is
on?
nothing left but ash.
Oh, what a shame.
Athena wants to cry now.
You know, I was considering, using like a fucking charms spell, but considering the circumstances, I was gonna be like, well, if I fail, which is pretty fucking likely, we're gonna be more fucked.
By the way,
Athena's
Athena's
crying.
magic,
Does not cry.
Athena's magic has been depleted.
Oh,
What? How is her magic always depleted so fast?
Well,
Well,
I mean, you
have-
decide. I did not
You
to
ju-
rest at the inn.
and also, let's be honest, if this fucking spell didn't take tons of magic, well, no, just no. This is basically like a fucking orbital cannon, except from your
yeah,
finger.
Like, compared to everyone else, like your freaking fireball.
'Cause even the Hunger of Hatter spell requires like that fucking pickled tentacle, and I imagine it soaks up a shit ton of magic. But
This
That
thing's like fuck
fucking
you, you're dead regardless.
cannon.
Yeah, so
And
yeah,
what? Imagine
you're
Fuck you, you're
fully
dead.
tapped. So the only way you can use another spell is if you decide to merge with Ifrit.
Oh, good lord!
So
Finally, she makes a good decision. Oh my god!
so yeah,
Wait,
she's
is
done
the
now.
other
Then
one left?
what?
Is the other one left?
The other one, yeah. So what does Nigel want to do?
Fly.
Does
give me
Nigel
my-
want to attack it, or does Nigel want to tell Ishtar to attack it?
You know what? Let's try telling Ishtar to attack, in dragon speak, of course.
Okay, so that is what he does, and Ishtar nods, and he walks over to this creature, and as the creature tries to lunge at him once again, Ishtar like bites it. He lifts his head and bites down on the creature's side as it was in the air, and he begins chomping down on the creature
Damn.
until just a few bloody pieces and some fur remain on the ground. And but Ishtar says, I haven't had a meal that delicious in quite some time.
Well then, can I ask him, for an appetizer, do you like good berries?
Good berries.
Oh.
I don't believe I've ever had any.
Can I just spawn some good berries right in front of him?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah. So he spawns some good berries and he starts feeding them to Ishtar. These are quite delectable.
Hey, anytime you're hungry, let me know and I can spawn some for you.
And
You did a good job-
this
you did a good
also
job
heals
spawning
him,
this
by
thing.
the way. This also heals him
Hello?
from the
Oh.
creatures.
Hello.
Well, I saw him.
Oh.
Hey, anytime you're hungry or you need healing, let me know. I can spawn you some good berries. You've been a good dragon today. I mean, you flew us and you killed that one.
I'm in the
Good
boat. I'm in the boat. Thank you.
I
Oh,
just had an
thank you.
idea.
So okay, well, is it something that'll happen like now? An idea?
Well,
Like the
I
idea?
don't think.
Uh, You cut out.
I don't think it can happen right now, but at some point.
Okay.
Alright, again.
All right.
Did for- I did forget that Nigel could do the good berry thing.
Yeah. So they killed the beasts, and I'm gonna have a check. Can everyone do a check real quick?
What would that be?
Just roll 1d20.
Okay, my phone was kind of screwing up right now.
Oh, jeez.
I'll roll for Athena.
Yeah, roll for her.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
Oh, okay.
I guess not everyone gets fucked.
Tessa, can you roll?
I'm gonna die, aren't I?
I'm gonna die, aren't
What are we rolling for?
I?
don't know.
We're just rolling. You don't know? We don't know what we're rolling for yet. Tessa, roll
I rolling?
please.
What am I rolling?
1d20 again.
And I'll roll after her.
Because we killed the beasts.
And I healed our
Oh
dragon.
my god. What the
Wow,
fuck?
Rolls suck.
Alright, you rolled, Xander. Oh, there you go.
All right.
What did
So
Athena get?
So two of us don't die. That's
Athena
nice.
and Nigel both peer like over in the direction that those two beasts came from. And even though like the snow is starting to fall now and visibility is getting harder, but they both peer and they think they see two things laying in the snow. Like where those two beasts were coming from.
Oh, good
Can I
lord.
attempt to just squint and see what it is?
You'll have to
Athena wants
roll
get off
another
the dragon and walk
1d20.
over.
Get a
Yeah.
roll of
Okay.
one
So
and hurt yourself.
Athena gets off. Gander he gets off too. He wants to. He has to be her bodyguard. But
Gander? Something over there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's something over there.
and Nigel squints even harder, and his vision does somehow, it's strange, it becomes clearer, and he's able to pinpoint what they are. They look like people laying in the snow.
Guys, I think there's two people down there, or it looked like two people down there.
All right. Let's send a group of 2.
So, well, I mean, Gander and Athena are already out, so I guess it's them.
All right. So, are you all okay here? I don't think more than 2 should go, since there's 2 of them. Anybody object?
Does anyone want to not listen to Athena?
Can I just
Wait, but
randomly
but
pop
I
as
don't-
hard as I can up into the sky and just see what happens?
Sorry, I had to answer someone's question. What was she saying?
So pretty much, Athena's saying, hey, since there's 2 people in the snow over there, I think only 2 of us should go. And since me and Gander are already out or off of the dragon, we're gonna go check it out. So, any
What-
objections?
What am
I
I
don't
gonna
wanna
do?
let
Say
people
no?
out.
What am I gonna do? Say no?
Can I
don't
just
wanna-
blast,
I don't wanna-
can I just
Of course you
blast some ice breath up into the sky just for shits and giggles?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Also, look at that emoji closer in my username. That looks more like a spatula than a middle finger, at least on my phone.
I can kind of see that.
Also, yeah, I changed my nickname again in the event you didn't notice.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh,
What's
it's so different.
what's it stand for, by the way?
Eat shit.
Egocentric assholes that study heliocentrism in Tennessee.
There we go.
Fucking nailed it.
He really did.
Yeah,
I gotta give you props for that one.
Although I don't think heliocentrism is a thing. I mean,
Whatever. That's what it stands for.
that study the heliosphere, the heliosheet. I know that.
So Athena and Gander make their way up to the people laying in the snow. And as they get closer, they do see that the people are very, very short.
Sure.
I think Gavin's got a good. I think Gavin's got a good idea. And one of them has a very long, ginger beard.
Yes.
Athena
Sticking
wants to walk
out
up
of.
to him and curtsy.
She's.
Oh
Don't
my-
forget to.
are you-
Don't forget to mention that they're laying in the snow, meaning
Oh, wait.
unconscious.
Never mind. Athena wants to go over and check its pulse.
I was just thinking. Now I'm thinking of Athena. She curtsies, and then because he's knocked out, so he's not saying anything. And she gets annoyed, and then she's like, hello, I'm saying hi.
And then she fucking realizes, oh shit.
no, she doesn't realize Gander. Athena,
Yes.
he's unconscious, and then
Yeah.
and she. What do you mean he? Oh.
God.
Does this nick-
We
does
love
this
it,
nickname
Athena.
work any better?
Can we get that animated, please? Anyway.
So Athena wants.
The one has a super long ginger beard, and the other one doesn't appear to have any like beard at all.
I'm thinking that my
Athena-
theory was
This
somewhat
is the
true.
person that doesn't have.
Beardist.
Beardist.
That's gonna be a thing, man.
And she checks for his pulse, and I'm very tempted to see if she knows how to find the pulse.
God.
I'm really tempted.
Yeah.
You know what? Screw it. Can you roll wisdom check, please?
Ah, baby.
Listen, if there's any way I can make Athena more stupid, I'm gonna do it.
Well, she knows.
She
but
does know. So
She had nursing classes or something.
yeah,
Oh
she
God.
You can't take care of the royal children if they're fucking dead. So you might need to know how to check that.
What is fever?
Sick. People can get sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, how's that
terrible.
work?
Famine?
I feel like
What's
Athena
that?
would think that if it wasn't.
A cold? You mean what I get in winter? So she bends down and she checks the pulse of the one without a beard on his hand, and he does still have one.
He's alive, but I don't think barely.
It's diggy whole time.
And Gander walks over to the other one, and he picks him up, the one with the beard, and he sees that
I'll be back in a
he
little bit.
sees that he's in like very heavy clothes.
It's
So-
I mean,
diggy
they're
hole.
both in very heavy clothes.
We're gonna be digging a hole. Maybe.
If Athena doesn't lie.
You know, you're gonna get the dwarves pissed off at you.
And well, what do you think we should do?
I
What-
think we
what
should
do
go
you-
scout around. How
what-
about
what do you-
you stay here with the dwarves and I'll go scout?
What do you guys see over there?
Stacy's. Lashana, walk over here with me, please.
We found these two very, very short men.
Does
Think they're called dwarves.
do they have beards?
One of
What
them
does?
does. It's very long.
How much? You know what? Never mind. Yeah, I think they're dwarves. It's pretty
Gander, you
mountainous.
sit here. I want to go scout around.
How much does their breath stink of alcohol? Or
We're not-
how?
Melly,
That's a pretty
Oh.
good way to tell.
It smells horrible. Yes, very much.
Okay, yep, those are dwarves.
okay.
Well,
Gander,
at least the one with the beard. Athena has the other one.
Yeah.
Athena is not smelling its breath.
I didn't expect her to.
Okay, Athena wants to get up and go scout around.
Oh
I-
man, this is
I expect her to hug random people and not smell their breath.
Athena wants to
man,
go
Gander. It's been so long since I've seen a dwarf. It's bringing back memories. Although,
he thinks back to like pretty much like, and it's all these bar scenes of him, and there's always the one really hardy dwarf. He remembers
Man.
he remembers playing a game of poker with one of them.
Can Athena
And,
go scout around?
and he beat the dwarf by cheating, and the dwarf got really angry and flipped the table.
you know, Gander. There's something I've learned over the years is you don't fuck over a dwarf. Doesn't end well.
Why is that?
I was in some game. I think it was poker, and this was back when I was a whole lot more adventurous, and I decided I was gonna do a little under the table trick, so I beat him, and let's just say he definitely beat me afterwards.
As Gander and Dacius are talking about this, Athena's looking around, and she finds what appears to be some harnesses also laying on the ground near these two.
Gander, come here.
Gander walks over. What is it?
Are harnesses, correct?
I guess
I've
I
only
wouldn't-
seen them in. I don't know. I've only seen things like this that were called harnesses, but they were in gold.
I don't know what these things are. I only know what they
Gander.
are if they're golden.
Check to see if they have small, weirdly shaped pickaxes.
Pickaxes? What the?
I love how Dacius has this very generic depiction of a dwarf.
Well, I wasn't thinking of like the mining picks. I was thinking more ice picks because it's obviously sounds like they were on an expedition.
I know, but I just find it funny to think like he's he's got a really
Yeah.
racist depiction of a dwarf. It's like, do they have pickaxes? Oh, that's adorable.
Or do they not? Which one?
And to be fair, it's one of those more fun versions of racism, like
I know.
joking about Dacius being the bug man.
and then they wake him up and he's actually a gnome with a really long beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Dacius
Totally.
is like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I
Totally.
didn't.
They might look the same, but they sure as
Yes.
hell don't act the same.
Anyway, Gander looks, and he does
Yes,
see
totally.
that the dwarf
Yep.
he has did have an ice pick with him.
They're probably does he have one?
Yes.
They're probably expeditioners or pioneers. That's what they're
Probably.
called. I don't know.
But didn't the dragon
You
say
don't know
that they
about
had a palace? Do you think that they're from the palace?
You never know.
Well, I wouldn't think they'd live in a palace in the sky, but I mean,
To each his own.
I've been wrong about races for the past couple of days, so I mean, Jesus Christ, for all, whatever. I mean,
he like at that moment he thinks back to what Jellica told him before the other party left about how the reason she smiles like that the way she does isn't because she's actually like enjoying something. It's because she gets nervous. It's just a nervous tick.
well, anyways, they I don't think they're native to this region.
Could Athena do a wisdom check? Another one, please. Could you roll for that?
Yes. 7.
Oh, fuck, sorry. I keep forgetting I have to do that.
Yeah, I don't worry, I got.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So Athena looks at the harnesses. She looks at the guy that she checked the pulse of. She looks at the harnesses. She looks back at the guy, and she cannot think about why there's harnesses laying on the ground by these people.
They might be pioneers. I don't know if they're native to this region. Can someone bring me over there?
Yeah, so Gander runs back. Or does Nigel or Lashana want to bring Dacius?
I'll bring him, I guess.
Hey, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go eat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that Lashana has decided to take a nap now because the traumatic event is over.
Thank you, Nigel. I do have another sort of favor to ask you, Nigel.
Which would be?
You have any leftover good berries?
He does have like 3 left.
I've got 3 left. I can give them to you.
Could you please?
Sure, I should have. I guess I should have thought of that earlier. I'm gonna make a meal stuff.
You know, it won't.
Just feed them to the dragon as a treat.
That's fine. It won't heal me up entirely, but Jesus Christ, it'll get rid of some of the pain.
Yeah, it should.
Yes, as he eats them, he does feel himself getting a good bit better. Still not really enough for him to walk on his own yet, but he can at least move his arms and legs around without actually like standing up without too much pressure.
Okay.
And as Nigel brings him over, and he sees the dwarf and the other one, and he sees the harnesses, could Dacius do a wisdom check?
Oh, please. Yes!
So Dacius looks at the harnesses, and he looks at the dwarves, but then he looks back at the bloody remains of the one creature, and then a horrifying realization goes through his mind. These dwarves, or at least he knows that the one is a dwarf. He's not quite sure about the other one, because all the dwarves he's seen, they all have beards, or at least very bushy mustaches. He's never heard of a dwarf that doesn't have a beard. So he was kind of confused on the other person, but he realizes that they were riding these creatures, and whatever happens the second before Nigel tried to speak to them made the creatures for some reason go mad. What the heck is that?
That's my weather radio. Hang on. It's going off.
And
Good girl.
Pain in the ass,
so whatever Nigel did somehow got those creatures angry and knocked off the dwarves, knocking them out, and they just killed them.
Okay.
Bruh!
So
Bruh.
I think that those things that we just killed, they were these guys' mounts.
Oh.
I don't know why they weren't still on them, but well, the mounts are dead. Are they dead? Did someone check their pulse?
Yes, I checked their pulse, Dacius.
Okay. So
The reason the dwarves might have fallen off their mounts, the mounts might have knocked the dwarves off.
Well, no.
Or something, was because
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
I'm trying to.
in the game.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm also
in the game.
I'm also trying to be like, well, Dacius wouldn't know entirely,
Yeah.
you know. Well,
Well,
fuck.
Well, I'm using what he said and stuff, and I'm singing. Well, what might have happened was, if anybody knows that little sound I made right before they attacked us, I was
Sound?
trying to cast a spell to try to talk to them.
What sound?
I was trying to cast a spell to talk to them, but instead I just got this little whimper, and they seemed to flinch a little bit at that, and that might have been when their dwarf passengers, if you will, fell off.
Everyone kind of looks at each other. We didn't hear anything.
I can swear I made a sound. I heard it, and it hurt my fucking ears.
Yeah.
What?
Well, listen. Either way, I don't know why this happened because I didn't see them on their mounts. Of course, the snow has been pretty thick, but I didn't see them on their mounts whenever they came
I
after
didn't
us.
either.
I assume that. Why were the harnesses off?
Because I feel like.
Hmm.
Well, anyways, these dwarves, they ain't looking too hot. I assume this one's a dwarf. But something tells me that, they aren't native to this area. I don't know where they came from, but this seems more like an expedition or, a reconnaissance mission than, oh, hey, let's go out, and go to fucking our friend's house.
But what of that palace? Do you think they were trying to find it?
They could be. Are there any trees around?
No. Besides below them, there are no trees.
We need to get these dwarves somewhere, and we need to get them up and not dying or unconscious because they might actually know where it is.
Hmm. Perhaps we could fly up on Ishtar.
Yeah.
But they do notice that the snow that had begun to fall started to fall harder.
Listen, we need to get somewhere, and we need to get somewhere fast. I don't know if we can go up, but we need to find somewhere to stay. Does it any? If we can get down to ground level, then we might be able to make a fire or something. But
I don't know. Perhaps we should keep going up.
if we can,
there must be some reason Ishtar stopped here.
But I guess if we can try and be quick with the scouting, because the snow is starting to come down, and I don't want to leave these dwarves here.
All right. Well,
At
let's
least.
divide into a group.
And as Athena's saying that, Gander, he sticks out his shield in front of him and walks in front of everybody. Everyone behind me.
Okay.
All right.
Can I attempt to have the dragon? Can I tell the dragon to follow us?
Yeah.
Okay, so I tell the dragon to follow us.
Okay. And so they begin trekking up the mountain, and I do want to roll some Constitution checks for everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
1d20?
1d20.
Nice.
Gavin, will you roll for me?
Oh well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that does. Okay.
I'm not gonna
I mean,
type as fast as everybody else.
To be fair though, I was about to say
Well,
Nigel's
okay.
the one carrying me, but
So okay. So they continue up the mountain. It's been close to 10 minutes now that they've been walking. And the snow, of course, has become it's falling even harder. It might be a blizzard coming. And Gander is at the forefront of everybody. Everyone's sort of in a line. So Gander is taking the brunt of the snow, holding it out on his shield. And despite
All for
everything
you.
going on, he's doing okay. He's doing fine. However, everyone else isn't as determined as he is. Nigel's doing good, and so is Ishtar, but that's due to them both being ice dragons. They are the cold isn't phasing them, though. Nigel having to carry Dacius for this long is beginning to take somewhat of a toll on him. Dacius, however, especially out of everyone, he's not doing really well. Mainly due to his physiology. The cold is taking an extreme toll on his body.
Gander.
And Dacius has a sort of pained expression on his face. But it isn't because he's in pain.
Gander.
Yes?
I might have an idea, but I need to talk to Ifrit. I think we need to find the warmest spot right now. And can you try to make a fire? We need to stop. The cold's definitely going to affect Dacius.
Did the last time we stopped somewhere, we got trapped in spiderweb things?
Yes.
That was lucky. I don't think we'll luck out this time.
Gander, I think I do have a decent idea. But just try to find somewhere where like a nice place where we can create fires.
Gander's looking around. All he sees is white. The snow is like there's no clear visible spot. They can't even really see off of the edge of the mountain anymore.
Actually, you know what? Wrap Dacius up in that web stuff. And
Well,
then
don't I still have a blanket, or did I lose that?
You still got your blanket.
I
wrap his blanket in the web, and we need to break up into teams. I think I might stay here with Dacius because I think I might be able to warm me and Dacius up.
Why?
That sounds terrible.
Why are we
Why are we splitting up?
I don't know. I feel like we should.
I just thought, and I don't know if you've thought of this, but I know a reason why she's splitting them up like that. I don't know if you've thought of it yet.
I really think we should go back down the mountain. I don't know what could be at the top. Fuck.
No, Athena's right. We need to warm you up now.
And I have a way that I can warm, but we'll have to. What we should do is Lashana, Gander, and Nigel. Wait, no, that wouldn't work because we need to be able to interpret the dragon. All right. So
I will.
You have
say
other languages.
Okay, no, you keep going.
All right. So I have an idea. Sorry. So, all right. Nigel, Lashana, and Gander. I think you guys should scout ahead some, and if you guys don't make it, if you guys
Don't find anything for about another mile or half a mile. Don't give it a mile. Half a mile. Turn back around and come find us. Okay?
What am I supposed to do with Dacius?
No, Dacius, put him in the web.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen.
Put him in the web and
Oh, I know.
cover him in blanket.
By the way, Nigel does still have his tent, so he could use that
Athena
as
has
an
her tent,
extra.
too.
So they could use those as extra blankets.
True. Wait, that gave me an idea. Nigel, you have a tent, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I do too. I'll set up camp.
Yeah, why don't we just set up tents? Well, that being said, where? Because we're going up the side of a mountain.
They
So
just gotta huddle up, huddle up by the wall of the mountain.
Alright,
jeez.
just, I will figure everything out here. Nigel, you take your tent, because if you guys get lost, we'll have to wait until morning, but I think you guys should have a tent with you.
I'm gonna be
before I go-
honest. This is much more dire of a situation than I anticipated it to be.
Well then, okay then. I'll take my tent with me, but before we go, I need to put Dacius in his web bed.
Alright, please. Gander, if I could talk to you for a second.
All
I put
right.
Dacius in the bed.
What would you like to talk about?
We need to go where no one can hear us.
Okay.
Can I break up my
Athena
dragon?
just drags him like a few steps away.
And Dacius just wants to try to go to sleep.
Okay.
I
So
forgot my ears.
Nigel, what's Lashana doing? Because I guess she's also on the web thing because she decided to take a nap. So
I don't even know.
is
Oh my-
does she wake up or is she just
Yeah,
gonna
she's awake.
Okay, so she's awake. Because I guess she does feel the cold.
Lashana,
Yeah?
please come over here with me and Gander.
I'm still in this thing.
Well, climb out of
I can do that?
Yeah, yeah.
it? Yes, you. Okay. You know. Whatever.
Lashana, she steps out of the web thing and her eyes go wide, like, whoa!
Lashana's a bit loopy.
Okay.
Jesus.
Now, Lashana,
The,
come over
the
here.
cold is taking a toll on her non-existent brain.
Now,
I say non-existent not because she's stupid, but because it literally doesn't exist.
Hey, non-existent brain enters stupidity is true for the actual Tessa.
Okay. Now, Dace. Now, you all. I can. You both of you. I can warm. I know Daisy won't like it, but I can warm me and Daisy up with Ifrit.
Ew.
Alright.
Now, I also can talk to Daisy. This gives me an opportunity to, and leave the dorks with me. I mean,
We're
dwarf.
away from the dwarves, aren't we?
No, like we still
Or did-
have them. No, we
Oh,
took them
okay.
with us. Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was going with the whole pained expression thing, because I thought we just straight up fucking left them.
No,
Okay.
No, we didn't leave them.
Can my ears be perked up and I'm trying to listen for their conversation, but I only catch like every fifth word?
I mean, suppose so. Here, actually just roll each one. I'll see if he can hear it. So yeah, Dacius is definitely not doing well. Even Athena is pretty much the only reason why she's still able to
Athena.
be able to command
As
is
what?
because Ifrit is keeping her body warm.
Yeah.
So Nigel is trying to listen in. However, he only catches a few simple words, so he can't make anything out.
Right. Now, okay. Now, Lashana, please go. I need to have a word with Gander.
Oh, just a word.
Fine.
Just a word.
What? Nigel, stop eavesdropping. All right, Gander. Athena
Nigel
pulls his
can't
visor
hear
away.
you. Roll a 3.
Gander.
Christ.
Okay, now, I don't know why we stopped here, but we need to go. We need to go up to that castle, whatever's up there. I
Right.
think they know some. I want to see. I want to see if they know any information. So, how would you feel if, while you all are out, I will leave you with my bottle of fire. While you all are out,
Oh,
I
she
take
fucking
the-
has that!
taste it.
Son of a bitch!
I continue.
Okay, I will leave you with that bottle of fire, and me, Dacius, and the two dwarves will go up there and, well, I want to see if they know any information.
I did have an idea for if I could try to wake one of them up.
I have a just hang on. I have something coming. Just hang on.
Now, what do you say, Gander? Are you okay with that? We cannot let the other two know, because I'll try to be back down here as soon as possible, but knowing my luck, that will happen. So if you can, I will just. What do you say,
Well,
Gander? Please.
I'm a bit confused as to what the plan is. Like, who's going with who?
so she is taking you and the dwarves, and I assume going up with the dragon, or trying to go up with the
Wait.
dragon up to the palace, like, early, while the rest of us stay down here and try to look for, like, maybe a place where we can stay and survive.
That sounds like the reverse of what I was thinking. In fact, no, that is the reverse. I thought she was gonna have you guys go up to look for the palace, and then, the two people that are incapacitated, the one that might as well be, and the giant dragon, and the person that could warm things up would stay down.
No.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, Athena was gonna give him the bottle of fire.
Yeah, but I mean, to me it would make
Has a bottle of fire.
to me it would make more sense though that I don't know.
But Athena, we gotta
Yeah.
take that into consideration. Whether one way or another would make more sense doesn't really matter because it's Athena.
It's not like fucking Dacius could do anything about it.
So
This will
Gander,
also
he
give me an
does
opportunity to
have
talk to me.
he does have like a pained expression on his face, but
Or
he
if
ultimately nods.
he
Okay.
squeals and gives him a hug, thank you.
That's
Yes.
pretty overexcited. Jesus.
So
Come on now.
So Gander walks over to Nigel and Lashana. All right, we're going to go on up ahead and see if we can find somewhere safe.
Does
No,
that
yeah.
even exist?
I don't know, but Athena is going to stay down here with Dacius and try to keep him alive.
Well, all right, if you say so.
So, real quick, before we continue, I'm going to take the fire out of Athena's inventory and put it in Gander's.
Athena also hands Gander, why not, what is it called? A bottle of poison, and then she grabs his long sword.
She takes his longsword?
But hold on, she's not gonna keep it.
Are you gonna? Oh my! Right now, she's gonna try to coat his longsword in poison in the middle of a blizzard on the
She's
side.
not?
Of...
How dare
Wait,
you?
so what was she gonna do? She's gonna take the poison, take his longsword, and then what? Put the
she's
the
giving
empty-
him the poison, and then
So
she's
then why-
taking his longsword and putting it in the glowing stuff.
Yeah, in her bottle of glow that she got.
Oh, I didn't know she had a bottle of that.
Yeah, yeah, she got. Oh, I guess you did. Like, you came back right as she was getting that.
I mean, it does seem still even then doing that right now seems like a bit of a stretch as opposed to any other time.
Yeah, but again, it's Athena.
Yeah.
I'm not. We've established many times over that her common sense is non-existent.
But who knows? Maybe the damn thing will fucking radiate heat or something.
So, she takes Gander's longsword and she takes her bottle of the Magisap, and she can't dip it in. It's not that big a thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
So she pours it over his longsword, and as she does, it does begin to change. However, unlike Lashana's dagger, instead of turning a translucent glowing blue, it changes to sort of, it's like a rusted brown color, but it's not rust. In fact, the sword looks shinier than ever, but it is still like an odd brown color.
Is that what it's supposed to do?
I don't know. I didn't know you were going to do that.
It was supposed to be a gift, Gander.
Thank you.
But I don't know if it. I swear, if that traitor freaking did, I will go back there and slice his head off.
Oh my god! Wow.
I'll be back. Anyway, I will not try this on any of my weapons just in case.
She used it on his longsword. It was a long sword.
I know.
So I'm
But
just
you-
saying.
Yeah, but you know, if it were something bad, then he's kind of fucked. Because, well, no, he still has his short sword. He still does.
Yeah.
But it's just not as good.
No, it
But-
is.
That being said, you never know until he's in the middle of combat and he has to, like, kill something.
Yeah,
And it, like,
yeah, we
turns
won't.
into-
Yeah, we won't know until it's a life or death situation.
Yeah, in the middle of a fucking blizzard on the side of a mountain
Oh boy!
where we're trying to look for some mystical palace. Jesus Christ.
So Athena waves Gander goodbye as he's taking the others to continue forward, and he kind of looks like, he's looking at his new longsword with a very skeptical look, just like, I don't know if this is an upgrade or not.
You could have asked. Like,
Well, it's clear that she doesn't know.
yeah, but I mean, she could. Well, no, I mean, she could have asked, like, "Hey, you want me to you want me to use this?"
She could have asked to do that, but
It's Athena.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's Athena.
It's nice to know that that Audrey. There's a difference between Athena and Audrey. It's
There is. Thank you.
There is,
It-
but she plays Athena so well.
yeah. It really
do.
just seems like there's no fucking difference.
So as
You
the other
waste
group
any time.
leaves, Athena does walk back over to Dacius, who is in
See,
the
like-
web.
I'm gonna
And
go with her skin's already pretty hot because, like, Ifrit.
so she goes over into the she starts walking over to the web, but as she's walking over, Ifrit takes her into the mind space.
What the do you want? Oh, I mean, hi, Ifrit.
Hello.
Now, what do you want?
Well, the others are gone. I think it's finally time you confront the bug.
Now. We'll be nice.
Judging from how all of these conversations go.
Now, I am gonna confront him, but I need to warm him up first. I don't want him to die yet.
Understandable.
So if you could like heat my skin, it would probably look. I don't know how to like warm him without making it seem awkward.
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. All right, so you can pull me back into the mindscape after I warm Dacius up.
So she's back out and she walks over and so is Dacius still conscious? Is he still awake?
You know what? Yeah.
I'm gonna say like he almost got like half asleep, but he woke up once he heard her.
Hey, Dacius.
What?
I bet you're cold. Now, gonna like just touch your forehead.
What?
Okay, there you go. How would you like to be warm? Athena just touches his forehead. Okay, now would be the time to warm him up.
And the heat does travel through Athena's hand into his head, and eventually the heat starts going through his whole body, and it does feel nice, but then Dacius gets another flash.
Oh, what the fuck?
And this time he sees, like, the flash is very clear, and he sees the bird-like entity, Ifrit, flying right in front of him. And Ifrit fires an attack at Dacius, and Dacius tries to dodge, but he wasn't able to, and he gets hit with the flames, and the flames burned hotter than anything he has ever experienced, and that burning sensation returns to his body now. Ah, fuck!
Athena like rips her hand away. What's wrong?
God, if you plan on fucking killing me, you could do it faster.
I wasn't trying to.
You might not have been.
Ifrit,
Yes?
what did you do?
I just warmed your hand. And I sent the warmness into him, and that's all I did.
You made it warmer than it was supposed to, didn't you?
No.
Ifrit.
I did what you told me.
Anyway, Dacius, are you still flaming hot? Would you like some ice melted on you?
No, it's fine. What?
What? I just tried to warm you up.
And
What do you want?
If it does say, and he is like not in the mind space, but he does say it out loud. Now's the time.
Ifrit, I am not. Athena gets on the dragon.
Athena, what do you want?
Dacius, be quiet.
Does
We're going
Dacius listen?
If you're gonna do something like that, you can at least tell me why. Because we both know you wouldn't have done it if
I
you couldn't
would've.
get something to gain.
No, Dacius, I'm not that much of a monster. I've seen people die from cold. So don't go there with me.
Yeah.
And as they're talking and they're sitting on top of Ishtar, the wind does pick up a tad, and as it does, out from Athena's pocket, a piece of paper flies out.
Oh, frick me.
And Dacius sees it, and he is able to move now. At least while laying down. Does he try to catch it?
Yes.
Can you roll a dexterity, please?
Ah, fuck.
he is unable to catch the paper, and it
Athena wants to try to-
it flies on ahead.
Bruh. Can Athena run and grab it?
Run and grab it. You know what? Sure, I'll see if she can run fast enough.
She should.
Okay. Who wants to roll for moi?
I'll roll.
Okay, thank you.
Why is Tessa muted?
Athena tries to get up,
Keep myself
and-
muted.
Oh.
run, and tries to grab it. However, the wind continues to get harder and blows it away.
Man, that's almost like a metaphor
I know, right?
or
All right.
something.
Oh, I mean,
Paper's not
I don't, me using metaphor, my storytelling? What? No!
Things being lost and all that sort of shit. Being lost,
Well,
losing
yes,
things.
that paper wasn't important.
What was that?
It was something valuable.
But to who?
To me, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure.
To me and Ifrit.
Oh boy.
Now, Dacius,
I'll be right back.
Alright.
I got something I could talk to you about.
And there it is.
I would have warned you either way if I had the choice, but I just conveniently had something to talk to you about, and I had Ifrit on my side. But we're going up to an ice castle first.
Meh.
You know,
Can
I was about to, do you want to try to cast a spell?
Me?
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So, I did have this idea. If I were to try and cast a spell, though, it would be to try and wake up one of the dwarves.
Hmm.
See,
Well-
I had a couple ideas in mind. Uh,
First, wait. Why he's thinking of that? Can we be flying up?
Well, no, because you got off of the dragon, so right now you're walking back. You're walking back to get back onto the dragon.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot.
you know. But
So,
I would like to well, are the dwarves in the sort of hammock with me? Or,
yes,
Okay.
they were
Video.
they were laid up on the hammock.
So I was thinking, you know, well, either A, I could try and get them up physically, but after, you know, them having come all this way, I don't know if that would work. Or B, I was thinking possibly I could try like suggestion or something. Because I know you can't command, well, you can, but I was thinking like I could do that and then, you know, I could say like wake up or something like that.
that is an interesting
Sounds
very
like farm
in-
speak. man.
interesting use of that.
Can I try?
Hang on, there's another spell. I gotta see what it does. It's called Enthrall. I don't know what that
Ooh.
does. So that one might work
I have an idea.
too.
But Dacius might be wanting to wake up the dwarves for a different reason than Athena.
Oh no. Oh no. Athena doesn't want to wake them up.
What?
Oh no! I think I know. Oh no!
What?
I think I know it. I mean, I'm probably not thinking what you're thinking, but if I am, oh no!
Even though Dacius is usually like somewhat okay with, you know, things like death, he's not really feeling it right now. And even
He wasn't gonna plan to kill.
well, to him it's kind of like he's all alone. you're the only conscious person around, and he is almost powerless to stop you.
Man.
And he
Yeah,
knows.
you
he
will have
knows.
to do suggestion.
Okay, I'll try
Okay.
suggestion.
Go.
I will have you roll for like a wisdom.
Well, fuck.
What no.
Yeah.
All right. So Dacius tries to suggest to the dwarves to wake up. However, it doesn't seem to work. Now, what does Athena want to do? I have an idea of something she could do, which would be really messed up. But
Athena's not gonna loot them.
I didn't think she was gonna loot them.
But Athena can't do what she wants to because she doesn't have freaking magic.
Well, you do have a crossbow.
I do.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What am I doing?
Oh, I knew it.
Freaking.
Court, what am I doing with the crossbow?
I don't know.
I mean, that's up to you. You got,
Yeah, you know.
you got ammo.
Mm,
You got a little bit of ammo left.
I had a lot of things I would like to do with the crossbow.
And we'll then start naming them.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, no, no. I don't want to act on any of them because I see it. Yes.
Then don't kill Dacius. Yes?
I'm not gonna kill the door.
Do you think Nigel's gonna be important
So-
to the plot for the rest of this?
So wait. She's gonna straight
yeah.
up. She's gonna
What?
straight up put fucking Dacius down or something.
Hold on. Yeah, he's gonna be important.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's
He's been pretty fucking important thus far.
yeah, and I will say because of the way he came back, he is more important than everyone else at this moment in the plot. Like if we want to like put a ranking on who is more important in the grand scheme of things at the moment, I would say at the very bottom at the moment is Gander. At the very
I thought Gander would be the top. Would be
No. No, at the moment he's at the very bottom.
Well, because Gander, he's having like character moments and shit, but to the whole, because you know.
Like how so as I explained as he explained in the last session, how time magic works is the universe treats him like he's not supposed to be there. So literally the universe views him as pointless. So yeah, he's at the very bottom. At the very top would be Nigel. Then I'd probably say second most important would be Lashana. Then Athena, then Dacius.
Yeah.
And at the very bottom is Gander.
Where does Ifrit rank?
Well, Ifrit's not one of our player characters.
Well, not only that, but he's not doing a whole lot right now. So
I mean, there's a whole bunch of NPCs. I'm not gonna sit here and rank them all. Where does Mariella fit in?
S tier, A
Yeah,
tier,
yeah.
fucking a tier,
A tier list of all of
NPC
our
tier
characters.
list.
NPC tier list.
Athena's gonna straight up fucking,
All right, so
hold Dacius at gunpoint,
so
isn't she?
Suzanne is a clear S tier. The spider lady
God.
with the lisp.
But I do have a feeling that Athena's gonna fucking hold Dacius at gunpoint.
Anyway, we aren't done quite yet. So what does she want to do?
Athena wants to get on the dragon and fly up to the castle.
Okay.
Fly, dragon, fly.
Okay, so she gets up. Does she say it just like that?
No, she goes.
Alright, Eshtar? I think your name is? Will you please take me to the castle where we can all be treated, well, Day CSI and the dwarves, please?
He spreads his wings and he begins to fly. However, as he is flying, of course, he's flying like straight through the snow. So like as it's falling. So yeah, Athena is getting a lot of snow thrown at her, but thanks to Ifrit at the moment, she's doing okay.
She's
Now-
gonna be fucking soaked, though.
Let's yeah, that's true. Now we cut back to the other group
Yes.
as they are trekking through the snow. Gander is still at front in the lead with his shield out. What are Nigel and Lashana doing?
I'm just wondering, have we already gone half a mile or what?
Not yet. Not yet.
Nigel's just voicing that. It's like, how
Oh,
far have we
okay.
gone so far?
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure.
I mean, what the bloody hell is a mile? I don't know about kilometers.
I only know about those as well, and honestly, couldn't tell you.
And honestly, I hardly know those.
Yeah. My main education in the future was combat.
See, the way I measure things is short distance, long distance, really long distance.
Yeah.
And he like puts his arms out, you know.
But they continue walking, and as they do, they think they can hear something from like a higher point on the mountain.
Can Nigel try to listen?
Yes. Roll, please.
Let me turn my. Let me unlock my phone and.
God, why don't fucking
Discord.
gamblers just play D&D? Seriously. The ultimate solution to the
because
addiction.
there would be so much hate going around for the bad rolls.
God.
Could you, like, if there's already deaths for normal gambling. Imagine like how many there would be for
The DMs are gonna have to like that's gonna be what they'll do at the rehabilitation center. Is they're gonna have like the DMs and they're gonna be dressed in fucking body armor and surrounded by riot guards and shit.
What do you
Roll one
mean I rolled a 2?
Holy
Oh,
shit!
wow.
Roll 1d20. Guards ready.
So Nigel, he tries to hear, and he actually, despite like the snow and the wind, he hears perfectly, and he hears a voice that is it going like it's increasing in volume.
I fucking
Like,
swear.
He can hear it, and they said, "Out of the way!"
God, don't
guys,
tell me I
we need-
missed them.
Guys, I think we need to move over.
Can we, let's all do a dexterity.
Oh my god, you're gonna get run over by a fucking sled or something.
1d20.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, please. Lashana, please roll as well. Oh, if you did toll 1d20 again.
Heck, before I actually did question mark roll.
Yeah.
Roll,
Yeah.
Nigel.
Roll
Could be the-
1d20?
For you to be the Lord of the Die Rolls, you're having some issues today.
Yeah, I think in this session he's the Lord of the Die Tolls.
Yeah. to whom the die tolls.
So, like Dacius and Lashana both take
For
like
whom the die
really long steps.
Don't you
in,
mean
like, or yeah, I'm sorry. Gander and
taking a step? That's funny.
Gander and Lashana take really long steps in like opposite directions, but Nigel decides he's going to step backwards because
God.
he thinks he thinks he'll be safe from that. However, plummeting down from a side of the mountain, Nigel gets pinned under something, and
God, this wouldn't be the fucking first time.
and as Gander and Lashana look, they see what appears to be another dwarf on top of a sled,
Yes!
and who is on top of Nigel.
I missed it though, so I'm sad. God. Why?
Shit.
Oh, bloody hell!
I missed
Oh,
the
he's getting
dwarf.
stuck on something down this mountain.
No, I'm just gonna.
I'm fucking. You have no idea my fucking disappointment right now, yeah, Corey. My absolute agony. The interaction between Dacius and the dwarves would have been amazing.
I mean, you still got one. He's just unconscious right now.
Can I just? Yeah, I'm just yelling.
Don't we have both of them?
But it sounds like I'm saying ship, where my mouth and everything is covered up by the sled.
Sure.
Sir, I don't mean to trouble you, but your sled is on top of our friend. Oh, so it is. Oh, blimey! What are you doing under there? So,
It just sounds like Kenny off of South Park.
the dwarf gets off and he picks up the sled. Sorry about that. I thought I saw you all down there. I told you to move. Not sure if you heard me.
I heard you loud and clear. I just moved in the wrong direction. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, suffice it to say, but I'm sorry about that.
What are Lashana's thoughts on this current situation?
That's funny.
I don't know why. I constantly imagine Lashana with just this super like smug smile on her face at all times, except when she's fighting things.
Then it's a different smile.
Yeah. Jeez, that's funny. With this just shit-eating grin on her face.
Yeah.
What do you
The classic
Think about the origin of that. Think about the
shit-eating
origin of
grin.
that phrase.
Yeah.
I don't know.
shit-eating grin.
It's just a good phrase. Doesn't seem you're from around here.
No, we're not. We're just from all over.
I see.
We all come from different areas and we banded together. Initially
I'm
started
just
because
looking
I got
so
run
I can
over.
my sister.
Oh, well, you're not gonna kill your sister in those clothes, are you?
I'll kill my sister in whatever I decide to.
I'm talking about the cold, lass. There's a blizzard
God.
coming, don't you know?
This fucking sucks.
This is Gavin's favorite character so far. He can't meet him.
I was imagining there would be a whole thing, like they fucking know each other or something. Just from somewhere.
Oi, Daisy! Been a long time. I'm
And
back at the
they
Bull
could-
Hat Bar.
And they could both be subtly racist towards each other instead of it just being Dacius being subtly, well, not even subtly, just blatantly
Aw.
fucking racist.
You multi-legged prick.
Yes. We sit there exchanging like very specific race insults to each other
Yeah.
for like 10 fucking minutes.
Anyway.
Come here, baby.
You're all not planning to stay out here, are you?
We were looking for a place to set up camp, and well, we were just looking just for some decent terrain to set up camp at. Yeah, we're not from the area. I'm accustomed to the weather because I'm an ice breather, but the other ones really are not. In fact,
It pans over to Lashana and Gander. Both of them are trying to not look like they're freezing, but like their bodies are shivering. So they have these very serious expressions, but their bodies are shaking like really fast.
and then I say, but we do have a couple of other friends. One of them has a fire spirit fused to her, so she's good. But then
Fire spirit, you say?
Idiot.
You wouldn't be
Yeah, you
talking
guys-
about Ifrit, would you?
Yeah, that's his name. We're kind of screwed because he's fused with our friend. And then you've got our giant Ant-Man who got crushed by some debris and is currently an octoplegic.
Ant-Man, you say? Well then, I wouldn't mind taking you all up to the palace.
Oh,
What?
well, thank you.
He like puts down his sled and he like brushes
Bruh.
some snow
Stupid
off of
internet.
it,
Cutting in and out.
and he sits down and kind of like pats on the sled to tell them all to get on.
Okay, I'll get on, but
God.
we're gonna have to head back the other direction because my other friends are over there. They won't need to ride your sled though.
And
We have a dragon.
and Gander, he pipes up. That's all right. We can go on ahead.
Ooh.
So we see now what it really is.
Uh-oh. Athena's in trouble.
Oh,
We're gonna
she.
just look over at the dwarf and I'd say, thank you for the offer, but we'll make our way up on our own. We need to go back and collect our friends anyway.
And Gander's kind of
Oh my God.
he's sweating. He's like, no, we could really use the ride. Perhaps we could go up to the palace and then send some others back to pick them up.
Or we could do this. You two can head on up to the palace. I can go back to collect my friends, and we can ride what's his face. And we can ride what's his face up to the palace.
Yes.
Gander is really internally battling himself before he finally brings himself to say it. Athena is already going up there. That silence was just perfect.
Yes. Totally.
Well, shit, I guess I'll come along.
I guess you will then.
I guess I'll come along.
Fight.
You gotta fight for your
So,
right to party.
So, does Lashana get on, or has she been on the sled this entire time?
Lashana's been on this sled this entire time because she is done with you.
She's cold. She wants to go someplace warm.
No. Lashana's walking behind us. She's having to run behind the sled.
And so
I
then,
think we should make Nigel just not get on the sled at all. And be left
so
behind.
then the dwarf takes out a bottle, and it looks like it has water in it. It's very like clear water, and he opens it up and he lets out a tiny drop onto the sled. And as he does this, the sled seems to like move by itself, and it begins going up the mountain.
Say, what is that liquid you just poured on the sled?
Ah. Well, you see, we have a celestial spirit residing in our palace, just like your Ifrit.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Hold up.
Surprise comes to us all.
Oh, right.
Getting kinda spooked.
Yes.
And this water right here is all her doing. It's full to the brim of magical energy.
Definitely.
Just now, is it?
Yes, so much so that we use it for everything in the palace. It's quite nice.
Oh, I didn't know the water could have feelings. Are other bottles of water mean?
God.
Oh, are they drunk and high? Which one are they? Do they have a sense of
God.
personality, or what do
Are
they
you dying over
have?
And
Sense of personality.
so they're going up.
Why did they?
So they're going
have?
up to the palace, and we're gonna cut back to Athena and Dacius.
You know, I really wish I was with the other team right now.
I know,
You
right?
know? That's the good place. That's the nice place.
Well, guess who you have to thank for your current situation.
Love you, Nate.
That's massive.
So,
Athena's rethinking all of her life choices.
well, why did? No, she doesn't know about that stuff
I
yet.
know, though. Yet. Oh my god.
She is feeling a strange feeling of dread, but she doesn't know why. I wonder.
Everett.
Yes.
Is that from you or from me that's feeling the dread?
It's from me.
Yes.
Why?
An old acquaintance is up ahead.
Does it have anything to do with any of the, memories you showed me?
It does to a certain degree.
Should I be scared?
You should be. He's not even quite sure what to say.
Should we continue? Why are you so dreading this visit?
Let's just say we don't see eye to eye as much as we used to.
Well, get along now, because this woman needs to, or whatever I am, needs to see, just find out information. Okay, Ifrit, we're gonna land, because does she, by any means, have any wanting to kill Dacius?
No.
I just realized we would be speaking this aloud.
Yeah, they're speaking it aloud. So yeah, she did just say wanting to kill Dacius out loud.
Okay. So she's not angry about that, situation?
She is not anymore.
Okay, so the sight of Dacius wouldn't infuriate her anymore?
No.
So why does it infuriate you so much?
You'll find out. and they do fly to the very top.
It's getting cold.
What? That is the worst.
gates. No, listen, Corey. The gates open and it's just that music playing. It's a fucking party up there.
Okay, can you please stop playing that now? Thank
Why
you.
is it so cold?
Perfect
Rick?
timing, right?
Because we are at her domain.
Well, you better be on your best behavior. I do not feel like having another spirit possess me.
And Dacius, he almost just looks more annoyed than anything because he did hear that.
Yeah, he heard all of that.
Yes, he did.
And because he kind of expected something along those lines.
Yes.
And they do finally get to the top, and they see it is a palace, and it is made completely out of ice, but it's very
Holy
thick ice. Like they cannot see down through
It's
it.
thick with 2 C's.
Yes.
And
ACS, why did you just say yes?
That wasn't.
yeah,
me.
he was saying yes to Hunter.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Ishtar lands right near what appears to be the entrance.
Ishtar, can you please go hide? I will
Go
call you when
hide.
we feel.
Hide and
He-
never come back.
he,
Hey, y'all,
he-
it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go.
Alright, see
yeah,
you,
it's
Tessa.
cool, Tessa. This was the end anyway. So see ya next time.
See you next time.
See you, Tessa.
Adios. Simple.
So then,
Perfect.
Ishtar nods as Athena gets off. Now, what does she do to Dacius, or what does Dacius do? Because they've
What does
landed.
they do?
Athena just leaves Dacius there for a second and walks in the castle.
Well, she walks up to it.
And I
Wait,
went.
no, wait. Yeah, Athena just walks up to the castle.
Okay.
And I just want to try to shake the dwarf next to me awake, or
Okay.
something.
Do a strength check, please.
Okay. Damn it! My rolls have been sucking.
They have, and if I wish you had more inspiration. I think
Yeah.
I think after this session, I'll give everyone one extra inspiration.
Nice.
But yeah, for now you don't have it.
It does kind of suck though, because it's like it's hard to decide what to use your inspiration on, because
Oh, it's-
every event is important.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, I completely understand. It's just I'm just
Guys, I'll
saying.
be right back. I'm gonna go grab some ice
You,
cream.
you don't.
Okay.
Okay. So, Dacius tries to shake. I guess he tries to shake both of them awake. However, he only manages to have the one that he knows is a dwarf due to the beard. He kind of mumbles a little bit, but that's really all he gets.
Damn it.
Alright. Athena wants to come back.
Okay.
Well, it's part of her plan.
Well, yeah,
Alright.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Okay, Dacius.
What?
Give me that mouth.
What do you mean?
The anger is not necessary.
If you're going to do it any time, it might be a good idea to just do it now.
Do what?
And I'd kind of prefer the bolt.
I'm not gonna kill you, you idiot.
Then what did you plan on doing? Why didn't you leave me with the others then?
Dacius, I can't talk about it yet.
Why?
Because I don't even know what to say. Exactly. Now,
Hey.
I'll try to wake these dwarves up. Athena wants to shake the both door.
Okay.
The one with the,
could you
mustache.
roll for her strength, please?
Okay.
So yes, Athena does manage to. She shakes them both fairly violently, and they both wake up. First is the one with the beard. Please, 5 more minutes, and give me another beer, would you?
Yeah, I wish I had 5 more minutes.
You
And
do have 5 more minutes, Dacius. I'm not doing anything to you.
and like the dwarf wipes his eyes, and he, by the gods, Dacius. Is that you?
Yeah.
You do remember me, right?
Yeah. What was your name again?
My name was Curtis. However, you always gave me the nickname Redbeard.
Fucking Redbeard, motherfucker. Holy shit.
They both like throw like one around each other.
It's been a long fucking time,
Oh, it sure has.
man.
Hold up.
I can still say you have 4 arms.
Yeah, I've come close to losing a couple. I can still say you still have a fucking beard.
I'm really close
Aye.
to you not having
It's-
an arm if you don't start complaining.
It's been shaved quite a few times, but I've made sure to grow it all back.
Oh yeah.
Athena wants to pull her dagger.
Wait, what?
Gosh.
Athena wants to pull out her dagger and point it at Dacius. Now, explain, or I will slice your little head open.
Explain what?
These people are.
They're motherfucking dwarves.
Actually, to be fair, he is a gnome, and he like gestures with his hands over to the other one who also just woke up.
Athena puts her dagger away.
Curtis, what's going on?
Oh,
Athena looks gentle
what?
again.
What is that?
I miss getting that reaction out of people.
Remember the first time I saw you? I almost threw up from the sight.
Most
That's
people do.
disgusting.
Well,
Now,
Lorenzo, this is Dacius, the one I told you about. Oh, from all your bar ventures. Yes, he's told me quite a lot about you, Mr. Dacius.
I'm sure.
the love is endearing.
So, we happen to be in a pretty big situation. Do you happen to know what that
Dacius.
palace is?
Hang on, what did he ask about? Because
I asked, do you happen to know what that palace is?
oh, palaces. Oh, he's asking Curtis.
Yeah, just either of them, really.
Oh. Why? That's Shiva's palace.
Ah.
That's what? Whose?
Shiva, the celestial spirit of ice.
So, you know, how nice is she, usually? I haven't been around here a lot.
What? You don't. The two look at each other, and then they both start laughing. She was one of the nicest spirits you'll ever meet. One of the nicest people, too, honestly.
Oh, that's great to hear. Because honestly, I can hardly move at all.
Daisy
You know, and I'm really looking forward to finding a place where I could get patched up.
Oh, well, we certainly do have a very nice place for people to relax and heal. You see, surprisingly enough, we do have some very nice healing hot springs in the palace.
Oh, well, what, Athena? I finally don't feel like shit. It's great.
I love how the entire tables have turned, where at first it was Athena, like intimidating Dacius, but now it's Athena is the most weak thing, and she's just like, please help me.
Ah,
We have a
well,
problem.
Kazuma.
well, if you wouldn't mind taking us, to wherever
Hey,
we can get a little undead.
Anything for an old pal. Come on then.
Wait. What would happen if other celestial spirits walked into that kingdom? That castle?
Oh, don't fucking tell me.
Lorenzo kind of ponders. Well, I'm not quite sure. Shiva
Specifically
doesn't.
the fire one?
Fire. Ifrit. Oh. Oh dear. Well, she has been meaning to meet up with the other spirits one of these days. So.
Wait, what?
Well, gee, that's great. They could have a nice family reunion.
Shut your mouth.
And Ifrit, like visually in the crystal, has a face like like the just the despair grows even more in Ifrit.
Hey, if you all don't mind, could you guys carry him so our friend Dragon can leave? Because you guys are kind of like, under a dragon.
Oh, so we are. Like he's like jabbing at Dacius. We've killed so many dragons in the day. I'm surprised you actually got a pet one.
It's not a pet. We got
It's our friend.
We got a dragonborn in the party, and these two, they're buddies.
Oh, you're in a party now.
Yeah.
I bet you have lots of stories to tell.
And he's not going to share most of them.
I wouldn't want to share most of them.
Don't you guys
Yes,
go over cleaning
one
out your
of them-
freezer and you find tons of people you don't even recognize?
And one of them is about to be. Never mind. Anyway,
Ooh.
come on. Let's just.
And Curtis helps Dacius up, and then Lorenzo is like close behind, and as Curtis is carrying Dacius, here we can have a talk with a good old mug of grog.
God. I've missed you, dwarves. You have no idea.
He's forbidden to get too drunk.
Oh, my threshold's grown since last time. Think you might want to have an old competition?
Oh.
No!
Those are some dangerous words.
Dacius!
Oh, wait until I get involved.
Oh, come on. You'll put a bolt in my head later. Let's just go.
I'm not putting a freaking bolt in your head. I want you to...
and then as Curtis and Lorenzo are taking Dacius in, Athena is storming in from behind, and that is where we will end this beautiful session.
Yes.
So, what'd you guys think?
Yes.
Pretty good.
We need to play as
Pretty
soon
good
as
session.
possible.
All that's
Well,
left
thank you.
is a pirate.
Hey, I'm gonna hop off and watch the new Scott the Woz episode.
All right. Talk to you.
play
I don't know
as
when we're
possible.
gonna play again, but yeah.
I'm
When's the
curious.
next time everyone's-
I'm curious to see how this celestial spirit reacts to Dacius, because I already know there's gonna be tension between Ifrit and the celestial spirit. But-
I'm going to say it right now. You're going to be very surprised.
But because I do know some negative things have happened in the past, but
With spirits, yes, but you will. It'll be a shock for sure.
Dacius right now he's fucking on top of the world.
Yes, he met his old friend Curtis, aka Redbeard.
Now, okay, really quick. I have a quick question.
Stop recording.
Okay.
Okay,
Note
so
24. Created.
I don't know if it was just me and Xander, but me and Xander kind of picked up on something yesterday, and we were talking about it today. But is Athena short? That's all I need to know.
She's
Well, she's young.
Yeah, I was gonna say define short.
Short, like short, like small.
Her,
or
I'd say her and Lashana are shorter than the rest.
Oh yeah, like they're definitely
'Cause, like-
shorter than everyone else.
But I,
if she put,
you know,
only because you made something yesterday that made me think of something, but I don't know.
She's for her age, she's around like the average height,
Okay.
but she's not tall. She's shorter than everyone else, except maybe Lashana. I was thinking Lashana would be like around her same height, maybe a
Yeah.
little short, maybe a little shorter.
that's only because they're both really fucking young.
Yes.
You know, come to think of it, Lashana has to be like the most impressive character out of the bunch, because she's like 12 and she had it like she fought.
Lashana
fucking-
is 15.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was like fucking 12 or something.
No,
No,
she's
you-
15. Lashana is 14.
No, Lashana's 4. No, Lashana's 15. I'm 14.
Oh, well.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there.
Still fucking impressive because Lashana's taken a massive beating.
I will say there is something about Lashana.
I
Which-
know. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know there's other shit going on, but even then, like, having that sort of fucking determination to just have the shit beaten out of you.
Right. But yeah, I thought this session was interesting because I was thinking about this area, right? I was thinking about this place, and I was thinking like, at what point should I introduce it to the story? And honestly, I think this is the perfect place to introduce it in the story.
Oh, fun. This would be fun.
Because just because of like everything that's going on right now.
Man,
Like,
tavern. Oh god, it's great.
This might actually be, and you know, of course, saying this out loud is to jinx it, and I bet I know who's going to change it. But
Podcast
this next
download
session
failed.
might
Not
finally
enough
be
space
a
on internal
session
memory.
where the characters can finally just unwind.
I know that's what Dacius is gonna try and do. It's gonna be his fucking element, man.
But I already know
Wait,
Athena is
wait,
not.
what? How about you cut my thing cut out? What were you saying? I heard
Which
this
one?
be-
Yeah, I said this is gonna be Dacius's fucking element, man.
Yeah, he's
No,
gonna.
Wait. What did you say before that?
What I said was that, and I'm going to jinx it, but the next session will finally be a session where the characters can finally relax a little bit.
You know, I
Oh.
was going to have a thing where if we went to the capital, then at some point Dacius was going to try and break off from the group But now that we're like here, holy shit.
So the reason why there's multiple reasons why we didn't go straight for the capital.
Because A,
One,
it didn't make sense.
well, yeah, one it is like pretty early, like that is definitely going to be a really big thing. So it is a little early. So I guess there's really three reasons. It was a little early. Second one is Athena really didn't give clear directions, and that goes into the third reason. Athena doesn't really know how to get there because she left years ago. She's traveled a lot since then, and I know for a fact she hasn't memorized all the places she's traveled to. So she doesn't she doesn't actually know how to get there.
True. Yeah.
So
The biggest
yeah,
hassle.
I think going to this place is definitely. I am excited to introduce Shiva because
The only thing I'm worried about is that
I like Shiva from the personality I've thought of her.
Man,
will she get
I finally feel like you know, like with the way you've been sort of hinting things towards, I finally feel like Dacius is going to not be pissed off at some higher power. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very complicated situation.
Yeah.
Which is clear from the fact that that Ifrit, the fact that the Celestials should all, they should all work together. And I will say, I might just give this little piece out there. One of the characters may already know what Shiva looks like. They've seen them before.
What I will say is I do have a good reason for why, Shiva, that name didn't fucking have a flashback, but Ifrits did. And I think the reason there would be kind of obvious.
Silver hair.
What?
Okay, a theory came into my head, but I don't think it's the right one. But it would be
something.
awesome.
Just say it. Just say it. I'm all for theories on nice stuff.
I think what she was going to suggest is that
Shiva's the silver-haired one.
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
Now that would make things go down differently, I'm sure, but
But what was that your theory?
Hello?
Audrey?
Volume 8. Volume
hello?
7.
Hello?
I guess she's. I guess she's.
My thing is being.
Start recording.
Okay.
Pause
sorry,
recording.
I'll tell you my theory. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my thing's being
Yes,
stupid.
finally we can hear you.
All right, my theory was the celestial, the ice lady.
Yes.
I don't know what color her hair is, but the silver hair. You said it was a very complicated situation. And Dacius and the silver hair girl, the thing. I was thinking that she was the ice person, the ice flesh.
Yeah.
I thought that's where you're going with that.
Well, we don't know if it's right.
I didn't say you were right. I said that that's where I thought you were going with that.
No, but I have another. Something else just popped in my head. Ooh, I have to make that happen.
Because I think Gavin has a good idea of who the silver-haired girl might be.
Yeah.
I have another idea of who it is, but
and I think if he said who the idea might be, I don't know if you'll.
Because you did say something about an M, correct?
Correct.
So see, I've been sitting on the idea because on the one hand it works, but on the other it almost seems too obvious. So I'm just sitting, I'm just waiting. But what I will say is my reasoning behind it is that he wouldn't remember any of the other Celestials. Like the only one that he knows
Is
is Ifrit, or at least has an idea of.
Please smack me.
Why?
I just realized who the silver hair girl could be. Because you said M.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. See, so I know you two have a good idea of who it could very well be, but the big question isn't really who it could be at that point. Rather, how is it that person?
Yeah.
That's a very big question.
The thing is in some support of, the witch lady theorem, she did say that she's also been alive for a long ass time, but she has that one thing where she just looks like she's fucking 14 or something.
Yeah.
Looks like she's 12.
Or whatever.
I can give you the at least a basis of how I imagine she looks if you want.
Yes.
Do you want that? Do you want like a picture of reference? Wait, let me find it. I had the thought. Hold up. Because whenever I thought about it, I was like, that's what I like. This is what I based it off of. It's not what she actually looks like.
Straight out of comic.
There's a lot of the detail, but it's what I based. I don't know where should I put it.
I don't know. Fucking general spam. Dragon Prism.
Spam. I'm going. You know what? Nah, I'll put it in Dragon Prism. I can get rid of it. But yeah, this is what I based her design in my head. But that's not exactly what she looks like at all. It's got too much detail. Like too many things.
Too many fucking triangles were thrown at that one.
Yeah, too many triangles. That's a great way to put it.
Polygon count is through the fucking roof.
yeah, the PlayStation can't handle it.
God.
But yeah.
That fucking staff. What the fuck? It looked like it could double as a hammer.
So a funny thing, if you also know the whole using too much magic thing actually also came from that character, because in the show where she's from, her whole thing is she has the most powerful spell, explosion. So she literally makes a nuclear explosion. However, her drawbacks are that is the only spell she knows, and she doesn't actually have enough magic to use it. So whenever she uses it, she can't move the rest of the day.
Bruh!
That's where I base that off of.
That's terrible, man.
I mean, gotta balance somehow.
It's not like I would use it in every fight. That's just letting him have too much control.
What?
Sorry, did my thing cut out?
No, it's just
what you said didn't click in my brain.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me either.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I'm not speaking in full sentences because I don't want to give you any ideas, because I also don't want you to change anything because the ideas that I have. So I'm not speaking in full sentences. So I'm
okay.
So what? Okay. So why speak in any form of sentence? Like
you're being confusing. But yeah. So there's a big.
Confusing. Okay.
There's a big. So pretty much, the thing is like you both have good idea of who it could possibly be, but how it is that person is the big question. Because
Yeah.
how?
I mean, that person did say they were around for like 100.
But you think of, okay, so in the flashback we go from like adult looking silver hair to 12-year-old. How?
Yeah.
How's that supposed to work?
Well, when did she use that fucking spell that did the thing? At what point? Under what circumstances?
That's another good thing. That's another good question. That's a very good question. And what was the spell?
Right.
I
mean,
do
Yeah.
have an idea. I don't know if
I
it
guess
would work,
that's just one of the
and I
things.
don't know when I could do it.
Because there's because I've been laying all of these pieces around.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, it's just one of those things where it's like, it sounds so obvious, and thinking of the obvious thing and being wrong is honestly more embarrassing than thinking of something that's overcomplicated and wrong. Because at the very least you could say,
Yeah,
well,
I mean-
it took me, a second
Well, it
to
took me
think
5
about
tries, but I finally got it.
it. Not
Right.
that it was that painfully obvious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's just-
like if I wanted it to be more cryptic, I would make it more cryptic.
Yeah.
Cryptic, but I honestly don't think that something like that should necessarily be that cryptic, because
Well, not even that, but it's also one of those things where it's like, even though it would make sense if it were her, it's not like 100%.
yeah, because like as a species,
There we go.
she also has silver hair. So just put out
Yeah,
there.
so there you go. Now it isn't as obvious.
So yeah, because drows all have silver
Alright.
hair. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though it works, even though it's a theory that would work,
All right, well,
that doesn't mean it's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, see ya, Audrey. Remember,
See ya,
message
Audrey.
me if you have ideas that you want to have in
All
maybe.
right. Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you.
But yeah, I've been
Boy.
bye. I've been laying pieces because there's certain mysteries that like I want. What the frick, Hunter? Why are you doing that?
There we go.
What? Audrey, because she's still in the call even though she tried to go. So, there. Ha. Alright. So, but like, yeah, there's certain things that I don't want to make too cryptic, because then I feel like,
Yeah.
on one hand, like, you do get fulfilled from solving the mystery if you're able to do it, but then on the other hand, it's
Yeah.
like, if it's not really that big a mystery to begin with, in all honesty, then like, I don't see the reason of making it too overly complicated, too
Yeah.
overly cryptic. I'm still trying to make it, I'm giving you enough information to where you can make a solid, be like, it's probably this, but it might still not be.
Yeah, it's like the whole Mariella thing. It works. It could work, but that doesn't mean that's what it is. It can
Right.
work, pretty much no matter what. For any other fucking character. It could be anything else. Maybe
Yeah.
the character was just really old or something.
It is definitely not, it's definitely not Shiva.
Well, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it's
That-
definitely not Shiva.
Yeah, just sort of adventuring with the ice spirit.
Yeah,
or
with the
whatever.
ice spirit, who I am extremely excited though.
Should be.
to play as Shiva, because I have personality in my head
Yeah.
and it's really fun. And
Oh, baby.
and I'm excited. I'm also excited to kind of like talk about this this ice dwarven gnome society.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sure I am excited to fucking explore it, especially the parts that involve the taverns and the drinking.
yeah, you freaking love
Yeah.
these two dwarf characters.
I'm gonna
Like,
be honest, they were a bit more like, like, I don't know, but I like the accents. They caught me off guard. They were slightly different than what I was expecting, but it's fucking great.
well, thank you. Because
Must be nice.
I'm mainly basing their accent off of a character from a video game I really like, where he has that sort of accent. Although
Cool.
I was debating if I should have one of them say his main catchphrase line, which is "Core Blimey."
God.
Core Blimey.
Well, one of them did say it.
Oh, he did. That's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's just it was the one that ran over.
Yeah, I
Nigel.
ran out. Yeah. See, man, I gotta remember this crap. I gotta think about all this stuff. So, like, little things I always forget. But yeah, he did. So, never mind. He did say that, and I did base it off from the game. I did name the one who ran over Nigel. He has a black beard, by the way.
Ooh,
Do you want to know his name?
what's his name?
His name is Lane Hrumgle.
Okay.
Okay, that's a little
And
interesting.
then,
Drumgle.
Seriously.
yep, I gotta make
All their nicknames are just gonna be based off their fucking beard or something.
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Blackbeard. Oh no, you gotta save that for the pirate.
I mean, what if the pirate doesn't have a beard?
It's illegal.
What if he's beardless? Then what are you
Literally
gonna do?
illegal.
It's illegal. So if I make the pirate character not have a beard, you're just be like, oh, nope.
Nah, that's
Nah.
not a. I don't know this guy. That's not a pirate.
Yeah. But what if they have an eye patch?
It better be one bushy ass eye patch.
Yeah, you might want to be.
A bushy eye patch.
He better have like those fucking
Yup.
pirate hats. It better be fucking
Oh, yeah.
massive. Both his legs have to be peg legs. Both his arms have to be hook arms. And he's dual wielding flintlocks in both of his hook arms somehow.
Mm.
It's like in that SpongeBob where SpongeBob's wearing both the peg legs.
Yeah.
Patrick's wearing both the eye patch. Because they're being pirates trying to search for the buried treasure.
Oh god.
Oh, east? I thought you said
West.
that's pretty much what the dragon did in the session tonight.
Yeah.
Pretty
Athena,
much.
Athena's Mr. Krabs in that situation. Oh, east? I thought you said west. West? What kind of compass are you reading, lad? Good sir. That says
Where's the money,
west,
lad?
Patrick.
Oh.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's sad that I know that entire
I'm trying-
entire
It depends,
sequence
too.
by
It
heart.
really
I'm
does.
trying to remember the one with that fucking map.
That was the one.
Yeah, well, I know that was the episode, but I mean the scene.
Oh. SpongeBob, yeah?
Yeah.
You notice anything strange about this map? You mean the fact that it's our game board taped to a piece of paper? Oh, and I forget what Mr. Krabs said when he caught them. That's the one part I can't remember what he said. I do love that because their eyes just shrink.
Anchovies.
Yeah.
Anchovies!
Old SpongeBob was the best. Like,
Yeah.
The new
I'm
stuff
sorry,
is
there's
terrible,
no
to be
way you
honest.
cannot find old SpongeBob.
I'm not
Like,
into the new stuff.
Even
to
my
be honest.
dad
It's
loves
terrible.
old SpongeBob. Like, that's just how good it is.
But
I am extremely excited for next
Yeah.
session because
Next session's gonna be
Dacius
awesome.
and Shiva's interaction is going to be very interesting. Ifrit and Shiva's interaction is going to be even more interesting.
yeah, I'm thinking Dacius is probably gonna do the shit first, but I don't know. Because I'm kind of imagining that, you know, Ifrit and Athena might try to avoid
Yeah,
and for some reason get pushed into it. Like at some point, one of the dwarves is just like, "Oh, come over here, meet the spirit."
like they accidentally bring up her name, and then they're like, "I don't want to see Shiva," and then one of them hears them. They're like, "You don't want to see her? Oh, but come on, she's a great person." And they're like, she's like, "No," and she just gets tossed into the room.
I feel like Dacius is probably going to have, you know,
Yeah.
a somewhat interesting or intriguing conversation at first, and then he's just going to he's just going to ask her if she wants to have a fucking drink or something. Like he's just like, "Listen, you know, it's great meeting you, but I
Or,
I got a tavern to go to."
You know, if you do that, I have the perfect setup or the perfect addition. She goes with them and she adds in her special magic water into it.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, I have to do that now. I'm sorry, but that is a golden opportunity.
Dacius just fucking guzzles the whole thing down and immediately falls over.
His body starts crawling on the floor like an ant, but he's actually passed out. The magic is just forcing his body to move. And like Shiva's just drinking it like a champ. And then all the dwarves are like, "There she is, the beard queen. She can never be beaten."
That's gonna be Dacius's mini arc.
It's a mini mission. It's like he has all these goals lined up, but like at the very top of his to-do list,
to outdrink the celestial being.
That would be amazing. Like now we have to go on like quests where he goes to all the bars and he's just like, "Give me the strongest thing you have," and they're like, "Are you sure about that?" Yes.
And then like you know, at some point in the game he's gonna go up and they're gonna have a drinking challenge and he's gonna make it by like a millisecond or something.
There's gonna be like a whole like tournament arc, but instead of a tournament it's just a drinking competition.
God.
There'd be like these big old tough guys and they like spike the drinks with different things and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing. And then like before the final battle, Dace is just like, "Before we go, there's something I have to do." And like he heroically marches back into the palace and goes up to Shiva. And he's just like, "Let's see who can drink more now."
God. I'm gonna save up all my inspiration points for that shit.
Yeah, just so he can get a 20.
God.
He guzzles it down, like, he guzzles down, like, 10. And then, like, he's about to fall over. Like, he's barely standing. But then she passes out, and he just he pumps his fist into the air before he also just falls.
God.
And then Gander is just like, "Why did we go and do all this?"
Why would anyone drink that much?
When Dacius finally gets up, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I think one of my hearts just stopped." They're like, "You have multiple hearts?" And he's like, I sure hope so."
Yep, there goes a kidney. I hope I got more.
I already lost one. I got it surgically removed long ago.
God.
Okay, I gotta go, man. But
All
this is a
right.
great talk. I guess you guys thinking maybe Friday?
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, I'm free whenever, but Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
See ya.
all right. See you later. See you, Hunter.